All right, gamers. A little late. We're mostly ready to roll with this. Bounty Hunters, Guilty Gear Strive FT7 is the name of the game. Number 47, I think, is our event number. Come pretty
it's
far.
Definitely 47.
47.
That's nearly a full year.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's how many weeks do we have in a year? 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
Almost a year. God, has Exert been... Sorry, Exert. Not Exert, the other Exert. Strive has been out for that long.
Exert. If Exert is the third X game, then Strive is Xth. Except it's not really an X. It's definitely just a new Guilty Gear. And in fact, I even remember when they first announced Strive, the IV letters in the title
right.
first to show that it was it's Guilty Gear 4. It's not like something else.
They have the clever numbering in there every time, because Exert is always also like third kinda, and the X is you know. Anyway, so Guilty Gear stuff. What do we have on the menu tonight? So even if we don't necessarily have the EU superstars showing up today, I'm actually super pumped for this card. Maybe even more pumped than usually. We have a lot of high-level players who are gonna be featured on the screen for the first time, especially like Finnish goodies. I'm super excited to watch Eliitti later today, who's, you know, I think didn't get on the Exert. Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of Exert today. Didn't get on the Strive train when the game released, but has been, you know, judging by the numbers, been playing a lot recently. Actually, one of those players who I think out of all the Finnish Guilty Gear players I've seen, shot to very decent level of play in like something like under a year, which sort of prompted me to call them like the young genius, or you can pick any adjectives you want. This is a guy who is a super gamer.
Yeah, we were just talking about this just before we went live. You know, the Finnish FGC has some absolute killer names in it. From what I see, it seems like every week you have someone to tell me about who's, oh, it turns out this person's just an absolute legend in this and this game. And you were saying before, Eliitti is a multi-game kind of superstar, even, right?
Mm-hmm. Coming from Smash, I believe, but plays several other games. I know they work super hard on Under Night. They've been playing a lot of games. And speaking of players who can play games, Finnish players, we're also talking about Jufee, who's queued up for the last match of the evening. Jufee, also Exert, Strive, Blaze Blue, Grand Blue Versus, and various other games, being like the very top percentile of, you know, players in Finland in pretty much all of those games. Jufee has been featured a couple of times in Bounty Hunters already, but not that much. I'm really looking forward to that game as well. But also then, complete new names for Bounty Hunter standards. We got VNasah on the first matchup of the evening.
Since you're saying that and it sounded like Venusaur, it just makes me happy.
I'm not sure if that's the lore, but that's like the most logical.
I think
me.
You know, from their Twitch name, I think it might just be their real life name, and it's just a happy coincidence. But it's still nice. But yeah, play Zato player. Zato is always a high pass character to see. Like, Zato players will have 17 layers of schmicks going on at the same time, and you just gotta be ready to deal with. And seeing kind of any new name playing Zato is always interesting, because it's such an expressive character. It allows people to just kind of show off their creativity, and that I'm excited to see. And obviously going against my good friend Xandere, so I'm excited to see the second week in a row, Xandere coming in here and hopefully bringing in some heat for the event.
Yeah, and this is gonna be basically a UK mirror, but I did check with these guys if this was the first, like if these guys play a lot or not. Supposedly they don't. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do. It's fun both ways really. You could have guys who have never played each other, which is usually the basic premise of the match, but you also get surprisingly interesting matches if you just take one set from guys who play against each other a lot. Because in situations like that, they tend to be on a completely different kind of Yomi layer, because they obviously know each other very well.
The kind of the layers of rock paper scissors that you get on when you play a lot against someone. And I was playing against Xandere earlier today, and the kind of when you've played in the hundreds of matches against someone, the rock paper scissors just goes completely out the wall. You're doing options that you don't do against anyone else, and I'm excited to see how differently I can compare kind of Xandere's performance in an event compared to what I'm used to seeing from him in just casual matches.
All right, the Zato
and
gameplay.
Immediately we see the Dauro round start, which is Xandere's favorite button in this game. It is very funny, especially when it works out. Extremely dangerous, but sometimes when you do such a wild option such as that, people don't expect it, and people will get caught off by it. We saw VNasah getting hit immediately, but it didn't convert.
Reversal out of the corner.
Yeah, unfortunately for Zato, very frail life pool versus the most damaging reversal super in the game. Kind of lands you in very tough positions.
I was actually surprised that the reversal super hit. Wouldn't Little Eddie usually absorb the hit?
That is a very good question, and I think
maybe they just found.
I think it was just a weird angle, maybe some hurt box shenanigans.
We're gonna have to see if Xandere is able to find that again, but now with the basic ram level pressure, nice! Punches them back into the corner, the jump slash very far reaching, very preemptively, keeps VNasah on the ground. Oh, there we go, the response. Again, the Rekka round start met with a 6B from VNasah.
Yeah, Zato's 6B is no joking matter. That button is powerful. And if you're kind of ready for certain counter hit scenarios, solid gold burst, it can pay off into a lot.
Yellow RC,
almost
get on me.
Like the yellow RC was going to get baited, but unfortunately Xandere still got hit by it, but doesn't matter. You are defending against round lethal pressure. You're going to stay in the blender for a while.
The usual spend the meter, immediate response in the YRC, and the YRC kinda, I guess, gets you started with your pressure pretty comfortably. Because
it does, as Zato, give you just a nicks straight up, because from the guard push position, you're kind of forced to just block and guess immediately high-low. And first game is going to go to VNasah.
I want to autopilot into the VNasah all the time. I'm so sorry.
I'm not sure if they're happy with it, but it's a funny little coincidence.
I mean, who wouldn't love to be called the best starter of Pokemon franchise?
Okay, well now we're gonna have to have a different argument, but that shouldn't be on the event, especially with big counter hits. But unfortunately for VNasah, they had the burst available, but you're still defending against the round lethal, which especially when you can do these first Rekka conversions, cancels into kind of sword toss and moving forward to maintain the good corner position.
Just barely missing the air throw there, now having to take pressure from Ram once again. The Rekka cancels.
That's just death? No! Very barely. VNasah just hanging on for dear life, using that meter as much as they can, but Xandere is just gonna keep going forward. Yeah.
I think... Yeah, that might have been Chip, actually, or they were basically forced in a situation where they have to try to escape. They can't hold that FD anymore. They were gonna run out.
Yeah. And I think Ramlethal, this is a situation I've already spoken to Xandere about. I think Ramlethal can just do kind of the infinite lock string in these situations and just keep going. If you keep dash canceling these Rekkas, big counter hit 5D. Doesn't get a full conversion out of it, but it's almost better to just be kind of holding this corner.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when I watch Ram player, when I think that they drop combos, they might actually be like purposely resetting there, because it's one of those things. Ram really loves to keep the corner because there's very little that you can. I mean, there are obviously things that you can do against her corner pressure. It's one of the, but it's one of the most oppressive corner pressures in the game. So
if your name isn't Eno, you do have a very limited amount of possibilities. Characters with DPs can find more gaps than others, but especially for Zato, who actually struggles a lot with having kind of reversal options and defensive Whoa! Okay.
Wait, was that a
that was a blue RC. I think that was, yeah.
With jump D. I don't think I've seen that from Zato player before.
Blue RC forcing the crouch and then getting the jumping buff. F-cheeky hit. That was nuts. And as cheap as it might be, it is against Ramlethal, and I think against Ramlethal it's fair game.
Yeah, and they say if it costs meter, it's fair, right?
That's just kills. You know, prorated as it is, you are playing against Zato.
And Saprabato is such a massive hit as a wall break that does so much damage.
Yeah, Saburo just hits like a damn truck and at the wall with the bonus damage from the break itself. There was no way that was ever not going to kill. And now VNasah actually getting the Stun Void, is it? Getting the wall break, getting the Eddy Gauge back, and just
flowing really nicely because they ran out of Eddy Gauge somewhere in the middle, but able to just keep the pressure nonetheless going.
Keeping the pressure, making the combo burst safe, and just getting the W there. That was insane.
Because usually when you get a long sequence like that with Zato, you kind of have to stop the pressure, take a step back, wait for your Eddy Gauge to return, and that's when your opponent usually, you know, strikes at you. But Xandere just not able to get out of the corner during that period.
Yeah, these are two characters that the block YRC, but unfortunately doesn't also block the burst afterwards. Would have been hype if that was what happened.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see a lot of those YRCs from our Zato player, because like you said, not a whole lot of good reversal options. Might just have to use the universal mechanics and the 50 meter to get out of some of those tough situations.
Yeah, see the dropping the combo on purpose just to keep a good corner position, because your Zato, you don't get to do that much. Look at that risk gauge that you build up defending against Ramlethal. You're just in a difficult position.
Yeah, trying to dash forward, not to get caught in the short explosion, but Xandere just intercepting with hard slash. It do be tough against Ran there. Oh, nice, the froggy hits.
Oh, good counter grab, another one.
A bit of a throw bait there, nicely timed anti-air. The difficult thing is, like, jumping out for Zato is one of those defensive options you probably want to go for. Ooh, look at that damage though. Into throw, that should be enough. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. A lot of throws from Xandere this game, just getting it quickly, just realizing, hey, it's gonna keep working, because this Zato is just holding down back. I'm going to just go for the grabs.
It is Strive, and you know, strike throw is pretty much the RPS name of the game for all characters in this game.
RPS, more like Ramlethal pressing slash.
Can I get a hallelujah?
I'm stealing that. That is no longer yours. Oh, Rekka 3.
Corner damage. This character, if you're past the mid-screen point, you're probably gonna... that might actually go to... Is that's going into a wall break? Holy shit! Nago, is that you?
Oh, unfortunately not getting the wall break, just barely. Sabro being just slightly too short, but it's fine. Ramlethal's got very fair amount of wall carry, so you're just gonna have the other wall broken on you. That's okay.
Luckily for VNasah, had that 50 meters spent, so they could play a strong option there, not getting a whole lot.
Gold bursting against the 5v.
Now, if VNasah somehow managed to get a ball rolling here, that's one way. Yeah, they have a lot of meter to make this comeback happen. Here we go.
Yeah. If there is a position where you as the Zato player can do it, it is this one. Getting the YRC off, that's really important. If that YRC got baited, it would have been just the end, but thankfully now, for VNasah, they're still just, oppose into command grab.
And the situation is reset. Eddie Gage ready. Oh my god, the 6P.
6P.
Wow. Sniffing out maybe the grab attempt again there from VNasah. Or I guess in that situation you would probably press another button and not 6P, but hey, it's they also say 6P the game, so why not?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, these
Look
Rekka
at this
cancels!
risk. Yeah, Rekka canceling is the most terrifying thing, and Ramlethal can just gotta keep doing it against you. You know,
That was
look at that damage and the Sabro catching the back there.
I was about to say, kind of unfortunate that the sword explosion sort of did the wall break there. Xandere probably wanted to do a super, but it does not end up mattering. Still
Yeah,
a shit ton of damage.
I think Ramlethal deals enough damage even without using super. I think it's fine.
Gentleman rules. Ram doesn't
Dive
get
kick to
super
go
wall
behind
break.
and get out of the corner situation against the Zato, but now we'll just get chased back. And you know, Zato is again a character that, if you're on the offensive, it's also very rough for your opponent.
Oh, nice! The little
that's-
kick there,
Ooh.
while Oppose was active still. 6P round start is the name of the game. Finds the low poke. Ooh. Kinda looking for a burst there.
6P from a lot of characters does beat quite a few options from Ramlethal. Even stuff like Far Slash, you know, I know from personal experience that Far Slash does get beaten by 6P in situations. There's quite a lot of buttons that are kind of weak to it on Ramlethal's side. But
So
even
another
still,
super brave throw interruption here from Xandere, trying to get the burst. Xandere might actually end up stealing this round, going back to neutral here though.
yeah.
Heading over. Oh yeah,
The
he's dead.
unfortunate hit into Oppose. Yeah. That just kills.
Touch the Oppose, too heavy, counter hit from Zato. Yeah, that's one of the most damaging combos in the game. So 3 apiece here, which is very exciting so far.
Oh no, I'll be right back.
And the flip kick once again, delivering plus frames to Xandere, but using burst, trying to keep Ramlethal in the corner. However, oh, nice escape. Even if VNasah gets tagged here, it's like super important you get out of the corner against Ram.
Yeah,
Nice jump.
in whatever way you can. But yeah, I got so excited, so hyped seeing these matches. I did spill some coffee. So I fixed that. Oh.
Nice, setting up the pressure, just the more normal throw towards the corner. The command grab obviously resets, little Eddie Gage, and now we're mixing.
Oh,
Wait.
and
Oh,
that was 6K? Still getting the hit?
always looks so weird. It kind of looks like it would whip
is-
eventually, like initially, but I guess it just hits crouching slower.
Yeah, that's a good point about Zato's things, is there's so much going on that sometimes it's just hard to tell what you're getting hit by to kind of block effectively.
Wow, straight into the super.
And even if it still trades, it just gets the kill. And that's what VNasah needed.
Yeah, I guess the reward was definitely there. If it hits, you sort of take the round, and I mean, round start Ram tends to be fairly strong, so why wouldn't they be pressing a button?
Exactly.
Working the corner. RC, pick up the sword. Yeah, that was pretty good time to burst and get out of there. Super important.
Yeah, especially because there are so few and far between opportunities for you to be bursting against Ramlethal. There's so many things she can do are simply burst safe. Full stop.
Oh, the classic. That was. I mean, Xandere did have the 50 meter. It's kind of like those things, kind of like all Kai players when I go for the dash throw. If you have the 50 meter and you're at full screen, they're probably gonna throw out the Zapropano RC because that thing you can't
the
really
reward
challenge
is too
it.
great.
Yeah, and you can't really challenge it.
Oh, blocking the reversal super and getting the command grab. That's a full Eddie gauge, and now VNasah even has meter to play with if they need it.
Wall break at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Nice, the slowdown, catching backdash, far slash, small tag. Enough. Now heading to the last round, both players building up their bursts pretty early.
Yeah, that is one thing. Is if you're holding pressure from either of these characters, you're building a lot of burst.
But at the same time, you're probably gonna need your burst as well.
To just go for the Among Us super, just for the damage and not really getting the Eddie gauge reset. Oh, actually, no, they had Unsummon going, so that was a lot of gauge already at the ready.
Oh,
the block super into the grab. Who says you can't grab supers in grab bursts in Strive?
That's like the closest equivalent that we have at the moment. But yeah, Xandere kind of felt like if they have to take Eddie pressure after that YRC, they were done, so opting to go for the burst immediately. However, a lot of universal mechanic reads, especially on the YRCs and stuff like that this set. Super important.
Yeah, I think they're really important mechanics to be paying attention, especially YRC against both of these characters is such a powerful option. Or the meaty sword explosion, allowing Xandere to go in with the grab afterwards.
Jump out. Oh, the jump D goes back into the corner, and that will be the death of VNasah this round.
Yeah, that is always unfortunate. If you accidentally put yourself in a corner with kind of an advancing air move against Ramlethal, you are going to have to hold a lot of bad stuff. Now, Xandere really liking that dive kick move to kind of get out of the corner, and now making use of Ramlethal just running at you quite fast during a knockdown too.
YRC, the go-to defensive mechanic. Oh my god, that's 6H!
Killing both Eddie and still hitting Zato.
Are you kidding me? That was money hit right there. Supper about the YRC, nice, stands up to block the fast the 5D.
Instead of fully charged the 5D, I think Xandere just wanted to go for it and see what happened. Unfortunately, he did get blocked, but now, getting Eddie down, this is the moment, and that just kills.
And a value that Xandere caught. VNasah not willing to dash out of the corner after the sword throw, having to take that explosion, giving Ramlethal a lot of frame advantage. Sealing the deal with that.
Yeah, you need to find opportunities, either dashing forward if you can, using some sort of evasive move. Because getting hit by the sword explosion is kind of the main way in which Ramlethal players will just keep you in that corner and keep you in a problematic position.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for these characters who don't have a meterless reversal. Like a DP or something would give you a couple more extra points to RPS. With a long flight, aiming to 6P on landing there, Xandere. Now that is another very common RPS point in a lot of Zato matchups when, you know, we were talking about how Zato doesn't have a lot of, you know, special reversal options. One of the best defensive options is to get into the air, start the flight, and start the jump in RPS. Which will make...
especially because you can do quite a lot of cross-up shenanigans with Zato's air movement that it can be very good. Oh, block super. You're sent into the corner now. And now, whoa. A jump dust overhead. Finding the hit, finding the wall break.
Oh, again, the round start, Rekka or Dauro.
Yeah, that is Dauro, and unfortunately, Xandere isn't able to find the comeback. But it's fine, there's still one more round. But Xandere could probably be looking at winning this one to not get sent into a set point position.
Oh my god, that flip kick landing on the...
Going for the gold burst? Yeah, you just have to go for it sometimes. You have to measure the risk versus return of potentially getting gold burst in a decisive round. But unfortunately, now without burst... Wait! I was about to say, it's very difficult to kind of escape pressure scenarios, but that grab was on point. But now, with the Eddie reset from the Sword Super...
That was very interesting. During that set, I noticed that Xandere got a positive bonus for a couple of seconds mid-screen. It's I think one of the mechanics that a lot of people might not know about. If you, I think, pressure enough, you might get the positive bonus even without the wall break, right?
Yeah. There's things like that. There's getting a certain amount of just block. And using 4 supers in the same round also gives you a positive bonus, even if you don't wall break.
Wow, that sword toss got so much value for Xandere. Where's the hole? Where is it?
Look at this pressure. And VNasah just now having opted to FD, but unfortunately a bit too late. That risk was already built up and there was so much chip damage that just any stray hit could lead into the win.
Yeah, honestly, so far the 50 meter has been the defensive maneuver of choice for VNasah, that YRC, but when it's not present, when you don't have burst, when you don't have YRC, what are you gonna do against this?
And once again, after that sword explosion coming in for the grab, you know, relying on the opponent being just holding back to be unable to tech.
Right, for now, we are out of the corner, but at what cost? VNasah has very little life to spend. It's a burst, though! That's a good start!
Very solid, especially because of how damaging Zato's kind of 5D RC conversions can be.
Yo!
And that still kills?
Oh!
Ooh, lord.
Sick round for VNasah. It was also from like 5B direct RC forward situations. I really swear, Zato players are the very rare breed who go for those conversions.
ID jump ass.
And now it's kinda do or die for Xandere. They need to win this to stay alive in this set. 6 points on VNasah.
It's still possible. Look at this continuation of the pressure, and it's a lot of risk. And now it's just...
I swear, if Xandere had 50 meter, that would have been a kill. That was full risk. But now big
it was
damage
full
combo.
risk, and mid-screen you can get some crazy conversions. Another baited super into a command grab, and now
VNasah's reads
a difficult position. And the 5D gets the hit, and that's just it. Oh no!
Trip forward, has to hold this block string, flip kick. No,
and
it was already.
Dude, there was an oppose there?
I guess there was. It's like the screen zoomed so far upwards that you couldn't see that VNasah actually activated the oppose, had the too heavy ready to go. Wow.
That was insane, but honestly, such a good set though. And I have to say, we are opening Bounty Hunters number 47 with a 4-7 result.
Oh. God damn, I gotta say, VNasah really had their reading classes on that set. A lot of good burst baits, a lot of just, reads in terms of what the opponent wants to do. Yeah, that as well.
But yeah, no, still crazy set. Really well played from both players. That was nuts.
Alright, next coming up, we had Exil for the first time last week. Our Swedish OG player from the Exert days against another Swedish OG player, Raidknackarn. I can't believe this is Strive. I've seen this match played so many times in the old Guilty Gear game, but this will be the first time we see it on stream here on Strive, on Bounty Hunters. Let's heck and go.
And we saw Exil last week already with such a strong showing on their Eno. Obviously, I'm always happy to see some Eno being played, and Faust is definitely one of the more interesting characters to see played because there's so much wild stuff that can happen. So we'll see just in this short amount of time how much experience Exil might have been able to have, because it's not a character that you see that much, Faust. Widely considered to be one of the bottom picks in Strive. Still has some stuff to show.
Oh, was it the hammer that got the hit? That might have actually been a cross-up hammer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was that a cross?
Wow, and that was RNG as well. I think Raidknackarn didn't have time to confirm what items were coming out there.
When you send the item super, you just believe. And now, can Exil get an extension? Gets more pressure because of the mini Faust allowing them to go in, but unfortunately doesn't just get a full continued combo from it, which is always hype when you use Faust Horde against Faust.
Nice the far slash, and here comes
this joint on far slash.
Will the one who gets the first point. Here Exil has a very good round start, and here comes the Blender. Punch 2P, a little bit of breathing room. However, flips the positions. Nice, avoiding their own bomb. Locking themselves into the animation with throw.
Now Exil actually getting through the Afro explosion, but still getting hit and sent into the corner. And now Faust does apply a fair amount of pressure. And Raidknackarn finding the burst, being able to throw 2 items. There's a trumpet. If Exil takes it up, that can actually be fairly advantageous.
Doesn't quite get the mix attempt of their dreams. However, more players with a lot of meter.
The hold dive. Raidknackarn getting the YRC.
Was fishing there. 5 heavy whiff. Come at me. Come on. I know you want to dash forward. Speaking of that dash forward, historically I think, especially in the older games, this has been a little difficult for Eno because of her forward dash having a very linear trajectory that's kind of easy to intercept for Faust's very high profile BNB pokes.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure Faust in Strive still has a lot of the same advantages, but you have the unfortunate reality of in a game where Chemical Love doesn't really work against most characters, being the one character that gets hit standing by it very consistently and gets whiff punished out of basically everything you try to do by it.
Oh!
You know, whereas in previous Guilty years the meme was you can't hit Faust standing with Chemical Love, now the tables have completely turned. Speaking of, there goes the super. You are plus a million after getting blocked by that super. So now Eno gets a free mix on you. Raidknackarn managing to just escape.
Wow, the dive catching mix. Not getting pushed into the banana peel. Exil finding the hit.
Yeah, 6B is so strong in this matchup for Eno, you know? You are able to punish a lot of kind of Faust's long-reaching moves that, unfortunately for Faust players, aren't disjointed at all.
Yeah, we were talking about, 6Ps being pretty strong against Ramlethal. It's doubly so against Faust, who save from too heavy or
Good
maybe too
attempted
big.
cross-up by Raidknackarn, but Exil just having the realization, being mindful of it.
Nice whiff punish there with the stroke the big tree. YRC, get off me!
And a command grab. And as is typical for Faust players, if you get the command grab, you have to go for the jump dust, getting that Afro on fire, getting the extra hit. That's a lot of pressure you can apply.
Gets the burst off. Oh,
and then Afro being there. Probably at the later limit of the duration on the Afro. just getting it,
That's
getting the
just
hit.
super interesting, because not only does it allow you to go for those close range mix-ups, it does change the RPS game or the button interaction on in full screen. Like your character becomes like way higher standing. Like 6Bs might not be able to low profile under your pokes anymore. Hot potato, yeah, Exil forced to block that bomb. Nice dive. Prompting burst out of Raidknackarn right here,
The
but
fishing line into RC, unfortunately gets the RC to hit, which does actually prevent Faust from getting the biggest damaging combo off of that situation.
oh no, Exil! You're hitting on the bomb!
Okay.
Whoa!
Get that bomb, get that shit out of here. I don't want to get hit by it, but unfortunately wasn't enough to take the point. And Raidknackarn gets the second point.
Wow, the balls on Exil to not abort that sequence. It's kind of like he knew that Stroke the Big Tree will just knock the bomb away. Not enough though in that case. Wow. 6 heavy, the next play unblockable.
Yeah, that is unfortunate overhead ult. Second hit, counter hit, that gives a lot of room for Ino to just come in and approach you.
I noticed Raidknackarn is fishing a lot with that 5 heavy, which is a very decent button for Faust. I just don't see a lot of Fausts using that all too much.
I think it's a primarily matchup specific thing. It does stuff a lot of the ways in which Ino approaches. That and the 5k and other scenarios if you need the faster button. Yeah, 5k is the one for you. Oh no, I think that was a bit of a confusing bit because even I wasn't sure who had picked up the trumpet. Oh, the 6k will find its way in.
You could see Exil hesitating there, or not hesitating, trying to give Raidknackarn a little bit of time to press button and getting the counter poke.
With a good read, kind of anything Faust tries to do to you against Ino can kind of be reacted, and a lot of it by 6B. So you can just give them a little bit of space. Oh, solid grab.
Oh,
and
there you go.
And grab to
Here
finish
comes
it off.
the money. Bam.
Yeah, that is an extreme amount of overkill. You know, Faust isn't is definitely not one of the tougher characters, but that super just deals actually too much damage.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, especially like it's so hard to still remember that, you know, when they have that 50 meter, they do have the command grab option, which a lot of us old Guilty Gear heads wouldn't consider.
Yeah, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely awful how much damage that does. And I play Ino. I use that. I abuse that shit so much. And now Ino picking up the donut, blocking the 6 heavy, not 6 heavy, I forget what that move is. Oh no. Fraudulent caster alert.
Ooh, I think the double jump there, Exil probably trying to bait a wire C potentially. Just keeping Raidknackarn in the corner, finally getting a little bit of breathing room with the RC.
But that 6P again cannot be overstated how powerful 6P is, and just going into that jumping slash.
Yeah, it's pretty much been the BMB button of choice, or basically the base of the starting footsies for Exil so far.
Jumping slash is kind of the basis of your mix. It's the solid baseline for any healthy breakfast matchup. There's not a lot changes from just doing jump dust to start your mix.
A little
from
late
timings
there with the wall break.
Sometimes it happens.
I think Exil can sort of chill here, having a super big life lead, still finds the hit and brings it to each.
Yeah.
You know, we were... I think a lot of people were sort of speculating Exil being maybe the newer player to strive out of these two. Were like, maybe thinking that Exil wouldn't have been up to the task, but so far, it looks to me they're playing very, very even.
Yeah. Exil showed last week the ability to kind of do really well despite the kind of relatively low number of hours in the game. Just having the fundamentals and the knowledge to go for it.
Yeah, it's like even as an old health, you do need a couple of hours to get, you know, acclimated to the game. But after that, it's your sort of power level grow is exponential if you come from older Guilty Gear games, or if you're just, you know, old fighting game player. Period.
Some honest footsies.
Finding a small hit.
Raidknackarn finding the first hit. Oh, and with the Afro, that head explosion is a lot better. Trumpet coming, and Raidknackarn actually able to get it. Forcing Exil to block and go back into the corner, but the 6B finds itself a hit. And a reversal super from Faust?
This wouldn't break the wall, would it? I don't think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate reality of Faust super. It's
not
slow.
really one of those supers.
It's slow, doesn't deal that much damage. It is just unreliable, unfortunately.
Exil very low on life. Yeah, 5k, the classic. That's gonna catch so many of Ino's approach trajectories. The dives, the forward dashes. You probably have to commit to stroke the big tree to be able to call that out.
Yeah. 5k is such a strong button in this matchup. Faust's one, that is. But then Faust is one of those characters that, you know, as much as people talk about just being bad, keeps consistently kind of being played. The people who want to play Faust, they love the character. They keep developing new and interesting ways to play.
Maybe
Getting the character more success. I think we saw that in the Twitch Rivals. Apology Man actually doing really decent with his own Faust.
Maybe the Faust players just know something that we don't. It's like, yeah, this character is powerful, or maybe it I don't know, maybe they're just banking on the future. I mean, Season 2 is coming soon, so...
I mean, considering how much Faust shot up in the first balance patch, and how playable he became...
Wait up! This... Changing to...
Okay, Mini Faust, best corner carry in the game. Ooh, unfortunately for Exil. Oh, that was the hit from the Afro explosion. Getting the kill.
And speaking of Season 2, like, even if the characters do change, I think you'd have to assume that a lot of the fundamentals are not going to change. You're still going to use your items sort of like the same way, so if you're banking on in the future, you should, you know, keep playing the character that you love the most.
Yeah. And all things considered, I mean, for the most part, Stripe is a pretty well-balanced game. You can just pick anyone that you like the look of, and it is a fully functional character for you to play. To varying degrees of effort, of course, but, you know, it all depends on what you're trying to get out of the game, of course.
Wow! Hammer denying the horn there. Once again,
and Hammer denying the dive and the weight.
Yo, the items getting all
items
the
are just
perfect
putting
ones.
in work. And the jump K into the Afro explosion hit, securing the round.
Yeah, that's gonna be frustrating, especially for a character like Ino who doesn't have a lot of different approach angles. Just getting those hammers, getting those 10-ton weights, just preventing you from coming in. Once again, the hammer just completely cock-blocking Exil's pressure.
But the banana cock-blocking Raidknackarn's own pressure, which is, you know, another reality of playing Faust. Sometimes you're the one who's getting destroyed by the items. And that doesn't feel good when you're the one throwing them out. And now...
Yeah, well placed to be
grabbing the ankles.
Yeah, since that 2-2 even situation, Raidknackarn has really turned on the heat, gotten 3 in a row, now running away with a 5-2 lead against Exil here. It's been a while since Exil has been able to find their way in. As soon as I say that, here we go. Time to mix it up! Well placed Chemical Love as well. Has to respect the bomb.
Yeah, you have to just kind of hold it at those situations. Sometimes you can do some fun stuff like continuing pressure if you have meter and then just RCing when you know the bomb's about to explode, but that takes a lot of confidence in your ability to time when the bomb's actually gonna land.
Looking for the final hit. RC, hold this pressure overhead into a throw. Good job on Exil, keeping that corner for the duration of the whole round. Got the burst out of Raidknackarn as well. Now if Exil can do that again. It looks like Raidknackarn is mounting an offensive position. Yeah, burst from Exil. Doesn't wanna...
Look at that aerial Chemical Love actually hitting a character and Strive who is grounded. That's nuts. You don't see that in basically any matchups. And that's just what happens when you're a 9-foot-tall doctor.
Again, another round with very good items to prevent Exil from being able to mount any sort of counterattack. But oh boy, here we go once again. Raidknackarn is getting their burst back. Oh, it was looking like Exil was baiting it for a moment. But now,
yes.
What does Raidknackarn have? Nothing! This is Exil's run to take.
Yeah. Oh, and there it is. The
That
slight touch into the super with the wall break damage. That's all you need.
Was that a hit confirm, or was Exil just gonna dial into that super and plus frames?
I think that was just guaranteed. That was just guaranteed combo. You can just keep that going with the jumping slash. Fairly sure you can even slash slot in more hits in between, but that's just unnecessary at that point. Take the least scaled amount of damage from the super and just break the wall and go into the Oki.
Ooh, the big counter hit. Denying the note Oki, but still getting the corner position now. 50 meter for... Ooh, doesn't even get to use it. Knock them down, still has the 50 in the bank. Very careful approach there on the round start position from Exil. Against the cross
and the cross up, yeah. Those crow setups.
A little unfortunate, had so much meter to spend, but didn't get a good opportunity to spend any of it. Ooh, that was a dangerous position to be for Raidknackarn when your opponent is right below you with that love bag. Meter's coming. Card crushing. Oh, nice! Flipping the positions. But the little guy is still active. Does perfect for Exil.
Grab. Oh,
Avoiding
very
the
good.
item.
Another grab. Not going for the super wall break. But still, Ino can do stuff with the meter in neutral. You can put up a lot of pressure. Getting Raidknackarn's burst out. Raidknackarn wanting to go for the win, but unfortunately just gets it hit confirmed away with a jumping slash into super.
Very decent round start. Tried to crawl
Now this is
under.
really good position for Exil, in fact. Oh, the blocked head explosion causing it to hit Raidknackarn because it hangs up in the air. And now, this is... Exil has more resources. Oh, the banana peel?
Ooh, this time able to avoid the explosion of the bag. Again, yeah, that's so important. Like if you block that back, it's gonna be a lot of plus frames for
Oh
Pulse.
wow, the double jump with the head explosion to kind of hit Raidknackarn and force some self damage and a good position and a grab to finish it off.
Don't even need to spend the 50. Exil on the chase.
Yeah, that was insane. That was a really well played match now from Exil, and it's a very real comeback that can happen now. You know, just a little bit of presence of mind, a little bit of continued adaptation to what Raidknackarn is doing, and you know, Exil can take it. And also, it's an interesting phenomenon because you know I hang out with Dr. Tony, and we exchange kind of some knowledge about our characters, and I've noticed that every Ino player says that Faust is a favorable matchup for her, and every Faust player says that Ino is a favorable matchup for him. And I'm not sure who I should believe.
Is it just that every character or every player of those characters just hasn't met the.
Oh no! Getting hit by his own bomb. Raidknackarn is forced to use meter on the defensive, but Exil is still on the chase. Gets mashed out by 5P. And now Raidknackarn just advancing when the trumpet is sent, because you just kind of have to. You can't allow your opponent to get it as Faust.
Oh, the read there! The long reaching low, preventing Exil from going stroke the big tree. That's the very basis of the RPS. It's the 2P and the 2 heavy, the 2 buttons that are able to attack that stroke the big tree from Ino. But now, Exil with a very nice position. Looking cool,
Going for
stylish.
Blocking with the node. I think it was a little bit of an autopilot, just wanting to go for the node afterwards. But doesn't matter. You just abuse the plus frames, go for the mix, and then get the round win.
Ooh, good 5PP. Yeah, sometimes you have to go for those 2Ps, 5Ps, whatever is your fastest, decently anti-airing fast option against Ino's forward dash. 5K works as well.
And Faust's 5P just cannot be overstated. I'm sorry. It's such a good button for stuffing out those same air forges. Because, you know, by virtue of Faust being as big as he is, that's covers a lot of space.
Yeah, maybe it's a balancing factor then that Faust really doesn't get like a big conversion out of that button.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage that actually just kills. Woof! And now, Raidknackarn going into the 6 out of 7. Set point.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Exil not too far away, but has to pull the longest win streak of this set if they want to still come out victorious. 2S anti-air, working out for Raidknackarn. Nice, able to avoid the horde, pushed back into the bomb, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, being forced to respect the bomb never feels good. Oh, I'm the criminality that is Faust's jump 2K, getting the hit on stroke.
Burst has been used, still has around 100 meter to use for this pressure.
Oh! Unfortunately, YRC doesn't clear projectiles. Ino Super is a projectile that just likes to linger for a bit. And,
That's right. That's what happens. I was like, how does that call out YRC? But indeed, like you said, straight into it once again.
Look at how much damage that does with gut scaling. And now Exil just gets to keep going for a little bit. A 6-speed god button. Definitely one of Ino's best. You know, there are options in the game that you can just do reversal 6B and be fine and win.
That's exactly what Exil needed. Get that, double good round. Exil only needs 2 more. Lots of bombs on the table. Looking for that one knockdown. 5P once again preventing Exil from air dashing in for that mix-up. Oh, good commit to the dash.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a big wall. Hammer plus exploding head. That covers a really decent amount of space. And now, oh no, not blocking the little guy. That doesn't matter. Is that a start of oh? Yeah, the invincibility frames on Fortissimo, beating out YRC once again.
Another really unfortunate timing there for Raidknackarn. Twice in a row now trying to get, off of them. But I guess you you have to respect that super cancel a little. Diving under, building up extra real estate. Corner to corner now. It's Raidknackarn still has a couple of options for defending themselves with. There's the burst.
Yeah,
But
still
Exil-
having meter to potentially go for a YRC if they They are blocking, but unfortunately Exil whiffing the first hit of the super makes it very punishable. And Raidknackarn just goes for the close slash, which, you know, covers that option. And now, oh, that just kills.
Yeah, I like the hold there on the burst for Exil. That might have potentially been super dangerous because Raidknackarn did have the 100 meter there. A lot of potential to go for RC baits.
Yeah, but now Raidknackarn just needs to win this one round to take the W on the set. Exil still needing 3 rounds.
If Exil goes for a couple of really explosive combos here, Raidknackarn might not be able to build their burst back in time. One more. What if it's a command grab? Nope.
No, just opting to go for the mix, just continuing a mix instead of going for kind of one big combo option, which definitely you could do as Eno, just opting to go for the mix, which will ultimately result in more damage if you just keep hitting it.
Oh, here we go. That's the gold burst. Oh my goodness, yes.
Doesn't even need to use it. The solid hover dash slash.
And Exil.
And now, going
bringing
into a
it.
final game.
6 apiece. Wow, it's been such a roller coaster match. Raidknackarn had a pretty sizable lead there. 2-5 at one point, but Exil not giving up. Going all out. And now it's all up to this match.
Oh, and there's a mini Faust on the other side of the screen who is much too far away to help you, Raid. I am very sorry to say you are going to have to be getting out of the corner here on your own, but it does seem like they're able to do it. Yeah.
Oh.
Getting unfortunately grabbed out on the land. Oh, this is such low amount of damage. Goes for the cross-up.
The base was probably a little too fast there for Raidknackarn to grasp what was going on. The cross-up, not holding FD, not having time to use YRC.
And now, after having been in the kind of hot seat, Raidknackarn is the one being put in the corner, in set, and in the game itself. And once again, there's a mini Faust running away, but Exil, with the realization, using the RC to still block it.
Block is good. Is the YRC gonna come out? No, doesn't find the right block. Here it is.
But there it is. Okay, this might be Raidknackarn's last hurrah on this round to kind of take the W. Just needs a couple good interactions here.
What a 5P. Has the
Oh,
burst.
unfortunately.
You know what? It's Exil! The classic dash forward jump slash finding the hit. Exil coming out of that very disadvantageous position. Wow.
Yeah, finding the adaptations and getting the win. That was insane. Also, Zin, thank you for the raid.
Howdy, gamers.
Nearly 30 viewers. That was an insane set.
Yeah,
well,
you should...
very well played for both players. Again,
Yeah.
anytime there's a Faust, even if it is against my main, against my girl Eno, I gotta have a little bit of a soft spot because, you know, Faust is, I just respect Faust players so much. You know, so disadvantaged by the game itself, still finding it in them to persevere and keep going, and Raidknackarn showed that it doesn't mean anything to just be kind of bottom tier in this game. That doesn't mean shit.
All right, no breaks, jumping straight into the next game. It's gonna be Gamma Axel versus ZoKHiZ Leo. Netherlands versus Finland. Now this probably is a tough matchup for Leo, right? Being, you know, the
I'm not
rushdown,
entirely sure.
rushdown bully character who lacks a little on the mobility department, and Axel being the de facto zoning character of the Guilty Gear franchise.
Yeah, having the kind of zoner crown being taken away by a Happy Chaos recently, but even with that, I've seen so many more Axel players show up. Like, this character just keeps getting more and more kind of love and attention. So it's interesting to see, you know, where it gets taken on ZoKHiZ finding the opening, but unfortunately unable to convert it into that much. And now back to being forced to respect the zoning.
ZoKHiZ, of course, very, very familiar with this kind of, you know, defensive position, having to play against characters with much longer range, as you do, being a long-time big body player, long-time Potemkin player in the Guilty Gear franchise. And I guess Leo does have a little bit of that vibe, but not too much.
Leo has a command grab, that makes him a grappler, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it works.
Oh my god, huge conversion out of that jump slash.
Really solid. Unfortunately, being in left and back turn, he couldn't bait the burst by traditionally blocking it, and that kind of caused him to just get thrown away. Solid grab by Gamma. Getting the safe.
Oh, good prediction from Gamma. Doesn't let ZoKHiZ even get started with that Berserker Slash. 2K preemptively catching that. Speaking of Axel's 2K, that's a 5-frame button.
It is, and it's probably one of the best 2Ks in the game. It gets people away from you, you know, especially followed up by 2D. It is so reliable. You can just kind of get out of it, as we just saw here, Gamma doing. You can just kind of go out evasively, but unfortunately for you, Gamma, ZoKHiZ is on your tail. Just putting up corner pressure now.
We're getting a very premature wall break there. ZoKHiZ would have loved to break that with a super. However, spent the meter that we said, saved for pressure. Gamma getting a little bit of real estate here. 50 meter for both players. Oh, no RC from ZoKHiZ. Interesting.
I think ZoKHiZ is just playing the game very patiently. You can tell. You know, I've always had the impression of ZoKHiZ being a very brain-dependent player.
Wow, the respect! Oh, really?
Both players just respecting one another, and the whiff, punish, super.
Maybe that's why ZoKHiZ was.
I don't even think that's a lack of respect. That is just, I'm waiting for you to do something, and the moment you do something that I know with my knowledge that I can punish, that's where I'm gonna go for.
Maybe ZoKHiZ was just, you know, waiting to get that 100 meter to get that sort of. When you have that 100 and fire that super, what is the opponent gonna do to you? Because you can just RC it. Oh, good read from ZoKHiZ. Catches the low, forcing Gamma to burst in attempt to get real estate here. ZoKHiZ.
And getting the burst out of the zoner is getting the burst out of the zoner is the kind of first step of the matchup, and then you just gotta go back in. You either bait it or you have to then turn. But then just one more entry here from ZoKHiZ, and the round is won, the match is won. Unfortunately, getting called out and will get punished.
I thought I saw ZoKHiZ with the 100 meter again, but might have FD blocked something on the way in.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. But it's crazy, you know, Leo is a character that you're used to seeing played at kind of max speed, and seeing Axel as a matchup kind of forcing this character to just be so respectful and slower is a very interesting change of pace.
Ooh, good 5P. Using FD, pushing ZoKHiZ away, and then tagging out of the /5 heavy sequence. Yeah, ZoKHiZ is super patient here on their own pressure, sort of giving Gamma opportunities to hang themselves if they so wish to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it feels like you need to do. You were saying this is a fairly difficult matchup for Leo, but ZoKHiZ is a player that keeps being proven time and time again.
Oh yeah, God.
Be backed up by knowledge, and even when they just do the counter super just on the first gap, that's all backed up by a very wrinkly brain with experience.
I can't believe that was only the second game there. They've been...
Oh, solid aggro from Gamma, and going on the aggressive as Axel?
Complete change of pace here. We grappling now, boys.
I mean, you know, who expects the Axel player to do this to you? Like, playing against your opponent's expectations is a very powerful strength. It's something very good to do. Now just one little hit away from death.
the respect there, the hesitation for both players. Gamma picking the perfect time to press that 2K. Oh, speaking of 2K, that button is so good. It's just, you know, the utility of that button, low profiles under a lot of stuff. It's like a button that you would use anyway. And you can use that while crouch blocking, so it's crazy they made Axel's 5-frame button 2K and not 5K.
Yeah, it's actually one point of contention that a lot of people put out about kind of how they feel about Axel as a character, especially non-Axel players, just wishing that that wasn't the case. And now with the back turn super, that deals so much damage. And Axel is just a fragile British boy. We'll be getting sent into next round, into the third round of this game. And we're 1-1 in the set. It might not seem like it, we're still very early on. But both of these players are just taking it slow, playing very patiently.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Exil? Wait, but you meant Axel. It's like my brain is still in the last set.
Look, I have an Axel.
There's a lot of meter here for Gamma though, spending it. Oh, burst bait. Still has 50 meters to make it happen. Still playing it very safe. I kind of like this. Now,
if you're the character with a really long range, relatively safe normals, why wouldn't you burst bait? And knowing that it's the last opportunity where ZoK would be able to burst, just blocking it, just taking it slow.
Yeah, it's kind of
taking.
You trade that 100 meter to deny your opponent getting a good opportunity to get a good burst off. Like ZoKHiZ did get a gold burst there at the end, but it was very predictable at that point.
We're having a little... Did we get kicked out as casters?
Mm-hmm. I think so. At least I did.
Yeah, I did as well.
Alright, we're gonna have to wait for them to play the next match. This is still a thing. We've been getting it less and less recently though, so I wanna kinda sniff the copium and be like, that patch when they promised to do something about lobbies, it kinda did something, but it didn't completely fix the issue.
Yeah, as Pacho is saying, fix the lobby. As Kai very gracefully tries to preach for us.
Yeah, very interesting matchup dynamic here. Seeing, you know, ZoKHiZ being very respectful in situations where you would just think that Leo just goes full Unga. It's even like in the mid-ish range. If you're not point blank to your opponent, it's sort of like it doesn't matter if you're mid-range, if you're long mid-range, if you're full screen. Axel, I think, often still has a button that's triumph over you, especially if they have retreat space still, if they can go for that like instant air backdash, jump slash, air back jump slash.
And that is plus on block up really. It's such a move that forces you to respect. And yeah, I think this is being a real match. And after ZoKHiZ having taken what seemed to be a very fast round, now we have Gamma actually clutching out around at very low health. Would be nice to be seeing it. And this match is going into a third round as well. So I think this is just, they're just playing it out. They might not have realized that the spectator view bugged out. You know, sometimes players have the stream open and see it happening, but you know, I don't blame anyone for just kind of focusing on their set.
Yeah, for sure.
Play. But it seems like ZoKHiZ is being able to just get some quick life leads in, as we've seen now. You can see now in the health bars. So I wonder if there was an adaptation that just happened off of the screen from the stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if these players had, you know, game-to-game adaptations against each other. Both very, very strong players, especially like, I don't know much about Gamma, but ZoKHiZ being very OG, very much pays attention to what
Gamma
their
certainly
opponent
plays
is doing.
a lot. I mean, I see them all around. They are very prominent in the whole EMEA scene. So I think, yeah, I think they're. It's safe to say that they're quite the strong player.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh dang!
Which one got the previous match?
So it was ZoKHiZ just got this point. So it would be 2-2.
All right.
Because they did play this one out. I think not realizing because they had a 20-second wait, as ZoKHiZ is saying, it was just an unfortunate case of TO hate.
Ooh, that was a big
That
burst.
was an explosive start to the round from Axel.
Yeah, Axel generally
an Axel bomb.
Yeah, Axel generally doesn't do a lot of damage on the ground hits, but when you can get an air juggle, for example, a DP bait, yeah, the damage is gonna come in.
Oh, and the grab on the land into RC close slash. Just all you need. But yeah, no, Axel definitely has some of the cooler combos in the game that that you can get off. You know, just really nice looking stuff that typically you don't get to see, since the Axel players will tend to default to the zoner type gameplay. But kind of recognizing when you got solid hits that can be converted into full combos really sets apart kind of really good Axel players from someone who's just playing as a zoner. And speaking of hype combos, we're seeing one vision. Keep the hit going, put ZoKHiZ into the corner.
And I'm mounting a defensive position, saying, ZoKHiZ, come at me. Yeah, the
Calling
reaction is
out
there.
The Berserker slash. And finishing it off.
Air backdash jump slash, but of course, I do love how ZoKHiZ has been sort of tagging that air backdash jump slash with their flash kick a lot. But you do need to be in a close enough to get that off, I believe. The jump slash does have a little bit of disjoint at the tip, I believe.
Solid little headbutt from Zok, but can't really convert it into much. Now, you are being stuck, put in the corner by Axel.
Ooh,
thankfully,
nice
the Berserker slash going through.
And
now
this is
it's time for the corner pressure.
every Leo player's wet dream.
Yeah, forcing the RPS and just a regular grab gets the kill.
It always surprises me how much damage single throws do in Strive.
Yeah, it does a lot, but I mean, without the ability to kind of combo off them as easily as a lot of previous Guilty Gear games, it does end up balancing itself out in the long run. But
That was a
certainly without the same level of execution required as older games. And now the back turn super. This is going to do so much. Look at Axel's health.
You don't often see that much damage from Leo. Usually Leo is like quick, small combos, keep the pressure going kind of a character. ZoKHiZ has the 100. Oh, you know what it could be. It could be the super again.
I think we're gonna see a potential kind of super RC trying to catch a whiff, but no, ZoKHiZ is just holding on to their meter.
Oh
And
no.
now,
Is this a kill? Oh, misses it! Here's the super RC into.
another RC. So much meter usage.
Oh my
Clash.
goodness.
2K, 2D.
And the 2D cancel being super strong there, skipping a hop past any low profiling move that Gamma could throw out.
Yeah, Leo's 2D is exceptionally strong because even on block, it is such a powerful move. You know, recovers really fast for what it is and gets you the hard knockdown.
Yeah, I think Axel probably one of the strongest characters to deal with it, because like their 5-framer that is supposed
look
to
at that
punish
damage.
it reaches so far. Bam!
And one final move.
No, that
Gets
was a
perfect.
That was a Leo
That was
round.
a swift round. Yeah.
This round, Gamma is gonna build that burst meter back. Wow, just meets ZoKHiZ in the mid screen. Oh, I've seen this before. Third one? No,
Yeah.
this time. Yeah, there we go, the punish. The 2K, the 5-frame 2K reaches so far, so ZoKHiZ will kind of have to be careful how they space into the 2D.
And going for the Oh.
Oh, the whiff punish from Zok!
And this, yeah, this can be incredibly dangerous position for Gamma to be in. Thankfully, the wall just breaks right away.
Yeah.
So have the meter to get the finish off, and now without any burst, the Axel bomber combo.
That's the dilemma with
kill.
Leo, because ZoKHiZ broke the wall with very little tension to spare. No super, back to neutral against Axel, who did have the meter. That's very bad odds. Leo being one of those characters who you'd much rather not break the wall, just keep the pressure going, and when you have the 50, maybe break the wall then, but sometimes you just gotta take it. Now having to, wow, what a snipe!
Oh, yeah, that goes so far, the jumping slash, and now, oh no, Gamma holds ZoKHiZ over to their own side.
Very
ZoKHiZ
nice.
was able to get something started, but thankfully Gamma gets the kind of grab back. And he's able to start working on it to go back to a favorable position. But once again, the snipe with the jumping slash. And this time with the back turn super, this is going to do so much. Doesn't kill, but this is a hard knockdown. ZoKHiZ can go for any sort of Oki situation.
Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute, ZoKHiZ gonna have 50 meter from that positive bonus, but potentially not getting to use it here. Oh, perfect!
Punishing the command grab.
I think that was a punish. It was from so far away. We tend to not realize that command grab is such a commitment. Even if a slow dash character like Leo is sort of full screen to you, they can still get to you with an air dash. And ZoKHiZ displaying the, ability to do that.
Yeah, and it's the strength of that command grab comes from kind of being able to confuse it with Rensen, and I think ZoKHiZ just kind of banked on, already being in the air, it's an air dashing. It was a very favorable position for him. Whether it's command grab or Rensen, that's kind of, you're already dealing with it.
Yeah, I guess like the basis of that RPS against Rensen is the normal jump, and then you transition into either an air dash or a double jump or what have you. Very decent start here for this round for Gamma, but ZoKHiZ finding their way in again, the Clash Castle into a combo!
The battle of the 2K2Ds. And now back to respectful footsies. See that 2D from Leo just kind of in neutral, reaches so far, recovers really fast, is a very good tool for kind of trying to pry your way in.
Wow, the far slash, look at that. Even though ZoKHiZ missing those far slashes, it's just a far slash that reaches so far away.
Oh, and the low hit breaking the parry stance. And now, respecting the burst, ZoKHiZ just going for it, just saying,
and
I'm going down on my own terms, but gets the grab on the wake up.
Tried to double it up. I think at that point, RCing the combo would have not killed, so ZoKHiZ opting to go for a reset instead, but Gamma was just completely ready for that.
I'm not sure, because I know ZoKHiZ, and I know ZoKHiZ is able to get those kind of meaty berserker slash cross-ups fairly consistently, and that might have just been an unfortunate mistime because, you should be able to just do those airtight and not be able to get grabbed out from someone wake up grabbing. Maybe there's a little bit of the tournament shakies going on. Jumping over the command grab, but he's just barely not being able to punish.
Hitting the jumping move too early. Good, throwing into the right direction.
Once again, stretching their arms out with the jumping slash, and now the combo, and Gamma still has 50 meter to do something. And yeah, already, this is still fairly even. Even whoever wins this individual match isn't getting that big of an advantage. This is really well matched set. Now ZoKHiZ getting hit a few times, trying to get in. Unfortunately, just the approaches are getting stuffed by Gamma.
A lot of really good Abare 2Ks.
And now we're gonna get the one vision combo. unfortunately dropping the last bit. Not that I think it could kill at that point.
Yeah.
It would have been really close. Now ZoKHiZ with one final hurrah on this game.
Kind of having to forward RC that just like, yeah, this will be, yeah, in this kind of situation, I think ZoKHiZ has, you know, no ammo left. 1 hit point, no meter, mid-screen against Exil. Yeah, you're gonna get chip out probably. That's why ZoKHiZ played the RC aggressively earlier, hoping to score the hit and not having to go into that defensive position anymore.
Now ZoKHiZ with a really aggressive round start, forcing the burst out of Gamma, but Gamma's already at half health. This could be kind of 1 or 2 interactions away from ending with the RC to break the wall. Look at all that damage!
That's kind of what ZoKHiZ was looking for with those very long-range far slashes earlier, just kind of inviting Gamma to extend themselves into it. Very nice anti-air 2S, switch sides and put the big gorilla in the corner. Yo, good read from ZoKHiZ though! No RC there on the 2D, punished by Gamma!
And Gamma just kind of going for it, not even trying to bait the burst like they have in the past, but ZoKHiZ does not need the burst.
ZoKHiZ, how does he find those reversal dash forward super? Is such a keen sense for finding the holes.
The clean reads. Oh, that 2K getting the cross up. And now, just a DP. Unfortunately, Berserker Slash not hitting meaty. Back to being zone full screen. Gamma here with the animal control, keeping this gorilla in check. But the DP comes out.
That was the first reversal DP as well.
Yeah, Leo will not be caged. ZoKHiZ wants to get in, wants to equal out the scores on the set.
Oh, this time it hits. Oh, kind of being very respectful there on the burst once again. Yo!
It's still stopping time. Yo!
Is there a burst still? No, Gamma not allowing it.
ZoKHiZ is just saying, I still have another round. Even if you take this one, I'm just gonna go into the neck. And you know that is the tactical play. Playing all the rounds you have the right to do. Which is a very brain-based play.
Ooh, kind of looked like that was gonna be a burst bait. Yo, grabbing ZoKHiZ out of that 5D.
And now, maintaining in the corner. Never mind the jumping slash.
Doubles it up, yeah. ZoKHiZ. Here comes the gorilla with 100 meter. Good jump, heavy though. This might be enough, not quite.
Not quite. If Gamma had enough meter to RC, if they hadn't been forced to FD there on the defense.
Oh my god!
Command grab on the way back.
I think... Did ZoKHiZ use their movement options? Because that might have been a guaranteed grab on the landing. I didn't notice it.
Yeah,
they did, but...
I don't think ZoKHiZ could do anything about it. That was just a well-thrown move from Gamma.
Damn, and at the crucial moment after that 4-4 even, Gamma picking up speed at the best possible time.
Yeah, and now ZoKHiZ is going to need kind of one final really good set of adaptations to still take the set home. It's not over, but it's kind of dire now in the set point position for Gamma.
See Gamma holding onto the burst, still goes for it.
Actually still throws it out. I guess, you know, it is a very smart thing to not want Leo to have positive bonus against you, because that makes the defense so much more stressful, a lot more difficult.
Ooh, the 2D not in range to Gatling from 2K from Exil. And now getting kinda low on health. Oh.
And a 5D gets the round. Gamma now 1 round away from just taking a set away.
That's the optimal non-charge 5D when you finish the round with it. The 21 frame overhead that probably no one's gonna block on reaction except if they're you know,
they're looking for it.
If they're 12 years old or looking for it.
Oh, and we're gonna get a 1 vision combo here. This is likely to break the wall. And ZoKHiZ just holding on to the burst.
Yeah, very patient, punishing that 2D on block with 2K Exil. ZoKHiZ in a little bit of a troubling position.
But even still, oh.
Keeping it burst save. Vacuum in, burst it.
Aggressively bursting. with 100 meter now.
Oh my god, this will do so much damage. But can't finish from this position.
But still,
What's
that's
frames?
100 meter, that's positive bonus.
Oh, finds the frame trap! 4/5
My bad, that
heavy.
doesn't even give positive bonus. Getting the dust combo.
Oh my goodness, ZoKHiZ is still alive, but needs to win another one in a row.
And Gamma is just not taking it sitting.
Yeah, Gamma is playing it. Look at how safe they are. The perfect footsies. ZoKHiZ minus there, getting punished 5k. Is this it? One more hit from Gamma could seal the deal.
Now these jump dusts, and now the jumping punch.
Oh, he was trying to bait it, but didn't commit.
Unfortunately, ZoKHiZ getting the burst at the last possible moment, but that's just
That's
not gonna
nice.
come to fruition.
That could have been the intuition there. Gamma seeing that ZoKHiZ loved to do that jump D there on the last round. This time had the 50 meter to combine it with. Gamma says, no, I'm not gonna block. I'm gonna intercept 2S. Perfectly hitting on the pixel. Getting Gamma the set.
Yeah, that was such a well played set. Still, you know, both players were just on their A game, kind of with the adaptations here. ZoKHiZ just nearly getting it. Unfortunately, that the zoning was just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, all the way to very end. Going toe to toe, but you know, at the very last moment, some sort of a little adjustment on something that Gamma was able to muster. Getting that advantage. Alrighty. Now, speaking of other talented Finnish players, we got a lot of Finns today on the menu. It's gonna be Nyyman, Sol versus Fecian Jacko. Now, we keep talking about these Finnish players that not a whole lot of people have seen if you're not following the Finnish fighting game scene. Nyyman, Sol had a pretty good showing a month ago for that big tournament in Assemblyland Party. What was it called? I can't remember the name of the tournament, but
I definitely don't remember. I can't read Finnish. I did watch it, but I unfortunately don't know how to read it. Apologies. But yeah, Nyyman versus Fecian, who showed up last week, I think, filling in for someone who hadn't been able to make it against Agu Bagu.
Fecian
And
being
playing a mean Jacko, and Jacko definitely a character you don't see that much, and especially not at the level at which Fecian is able to play her.
Yeah, Fecian being one of those loyal players who still, at least to some extent, cling to Jacko. Maybe banking in the future, you know what they say. If your character is considered low tier, maybe season 2 brings something new. But
Yeah.
right now, this is season 1.
I think Jacko is definitely, you know, top billing to get some positive changes. But even still, you know, Fecian has shown the power that she has, and this is going to be an interesting matchup, even, you know, lore-wise. This is a domestic violence case happening on screen.
Now, I would say for Sol, or like for Jacko, this matchup has... Oh my goodness, the bait there! And
Look
the
at that
kick loops.
damage.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that is a beautiful thing. Now, who's the damage king, Sol, huh?
Yeah. Getting shown up by your wife here.
The very unfortunate thing for Jacko in this matchup is that Sol has a lot of really good lingering buttons to defend against the incoming minions. Yeah, the 2S, that one being the most prominent one. Very good hitbox, reaches far, stays active for ages. It's very hard, even if, you know, Jacko reads that the 2S is gonna touch a minion, it's really hard for her to do anything about it.
Yeah. Even still, Fecian just playing the spaced out game, just throwing out as many minions as they are able to, and then just kind of trying to poke out with the normals, throwing the minions out. cross. Making the most. And now getting the corner set up. One minion in place. Going to use the super.
Ooh, waiting for
that
Nyyman
bar.
to burst, I think. 6B into the right
when you're
direction.
One little bit away from losing, you really ought to be bursting, but Nyyman's just being so patient.
Wow, still no burst. Yeah, I think at that point you just commit to holding it, because you know it's gold bursts even in this game are punishable, so you kind of just have to run with it and hope that they bait even more.
Oh wow, the clash with the DP?
That's surprising. I've never seen Jacko players being able to be so DP safe during their own
fully
pressure.
charged 5D. I didn't see that 5D charge. Woof. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, the very tip end of that 2D. Catching Nyyman. And there we go. You got the minions, you got your bros on board, and you got a lot of frame advantage available.
And it has to be said, you know, who is kind of used to seeing Jacko? Who has this matchup experience? How often, you know, Jacko is a character that needs a lot of dedication to be good at, and I mean, I think it's safe to say that Fecian is one of the more dedicated people out there.
That's a good point. Unless you got your Jacko matchup experience when this character came out and when people were playing her a lot, you might not be able to get as much experience nowadays.
And now, look at that damage that combo just did. That is the kind of downside of playing Jacko. She's very frail, and kind of one good counter hit can spell doom for you.
Yeah, there's the DP.
Especially against someone as damaging as Soul.
You know, having access to that heavy DP, a very strong forward-reaching DP, Soul has so many good opportunities to RPS out of Jacko's pressure situations, because a lot of those Jacko cancels do have gaps in them. Oh, the bait!
Ooh. A baited burst into the minion setup. And now, getting the minion bar super out.
Wow, I can't believe how consistently Fecian is able to just put the stop sign in there. Nyyman is trying to go for the same pokes that a lot of us Soul players would. But somehow it's just not working. Not getting through with the normals. And I guess
I think it's just a difference of kind of... You will be able to play against a lot of Souls, but yeah. Jacko is very unique in the regard that she can cover a lot of what she does with kind of minion sets, you know, minion attacks, and then still blocking after throwing a minion out. There's a lot going on with the character.
Ooh, nice getting out of the corner, landing the frame trap soccer kick. Oh, but I think this is it. Nyyman has 100 meter straight into. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Of course.
It just is. Good realization. And I mean, you don't really need much more than that. Like, you know, scaling the super further could just work against.
Good 6B. Oh, there finds the punish with 5k.
Oh, going for the Arisen driver.
That's actually gonna do a decent amount of damage. That was very
that super deals a lot, and now
it didn't break the wall, huh?
Yeah, it was just too far away to break the wall, but I was about to say that could have been a really good position to kind of set up minion, do a minion setup and force Nyyman to block for a while, but they were able to escape quite fast, and now,
playing very safe in case.
Look at how scaled that move that is. They're doing 1 damage per hit on the combo, and now...
Oh, Nyyman dropping the big combo! Still gets one! Uh-oh,
still gets another... That was just a reset. That was just a purposeful drop, and now Fecian getting the last-minute gold burst out of the corner.
Fecian would have loved to take it to the last round with a burst of their own, but forced to use that burst to survive against the combo versus Nyyman.
But now, just being able to play around with minions forces the burst out of Nyyman.
Ooh, not being able to run under the 5.
Oh, and the 6B counter hit. Elysian driver, that would be a punish, I think.
Yeah! I mean, Fafnir is a fast recovery special, but not that fast. Oh, there we go,
Vortex
Vortex.
RC, this can be incredibly devastating. Yeah, and now with positive bonus, Nyyman has a very real chance in this. But there goes Fecian, not getting the hits to clear, but that 2D does beat the... the Vortex. I was about to say Grand Viper, but that's not what it is.
Fecian has had a very keen sense for when Nyyman wants to go for that Vortex, especially at the end of rounds when Sol has 50 meter. It's really a classic. Like what kind of Sol player would be able to resist the temptation to skip the neutral and just, you know, RC into the block if the Vortex doesn't land?
We went through last week without having any of these spectator kicks, and now we're coming in.
Yeah, paying the price.
Paying the price and getting 2 of them already. Let's see. Maybe? Doesn't seem like the players have realized it. And here they are just playing. Fecian taking 1 big hit at the start, managing to kind of make it back, getting a good bit of health out of Nyyman.
But yeah, this is definitely one of those matchups where, you know, you will see Sol swing pretty wild and just trying to take advantage of the fact that the damage discrepancy is massive. As Jacko, you will probably have to land, like, depending on the caliber of hits, you might be looking at like 6 to 8 hits versus Sol's, you know, 2 to 3 hits to finish the round with. So,
but even with that said, you know, Fecian does take the first round in this match we're not being able to see. Oh, did you change it to the rematch?
Oh right, that's a good point. Oh my goodness, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, no, Sol wins in a lot fewer individual hits, but to be fair, a very experienced Jacko that knows the matchup can know when it is a good time to go for the kind of big setups that allow for a lot of damage, you know, from resets and all of that. So it definitely can do a big swing, because there are some choice starters for Jacko that are absolutely devastating. And we see here Fecian at very low life for a while now, hanging on and still doing quite a bit of damage to Nyyman.
Yeah, I'm super impressed about Fecian's, you know, safe play. It's, from my experience in this matchup, of course, playing it from Sol perspective, I think it's really hard for Jacko to be safe ever. A lot of things that you do just carry so much inherent risk, because Sol always has a tool that can potentially RPS in a big hit. But somehow Fecian has been able to avoid most of those big, you know, Hail Marys from Nyyman so far. I guess it's just, you know, the experience speaks, like we said. Fecian has been on this character from the start, at least, or from Jacko release, and has probably fought against countless of Sol players, and it shows.
And now, at the end here, we see Fecian actually taking another match, a lot more hard fought on Nyyman's side. You know, that was the second round there was really close. Fecian having been left on 1 health for a really long time and getting Nyyman back out. And yeah. It is interesting to see now Fecian with a 4-game lead. Can they keep this momentum going before Nyyman can adapt and figure out what's going on?
Yeah, it's really hard to keep like perfect focus. It's like one of these hits and your life bar is gonna get deleted. Can Fecian stay tight, stay perfect all the way to the end?
And that's a big difficulty, but the thing is, there's also a lot of difficulty on the other side, on Newman's end, to, you know, understand what you have to do in these very complicated setups that Jacko can put you in, and go from there.
Ooh,
solid grab.
Recognizing that the Fafnir will come too close and not hitting Needy. The escape
I wonder
button.
if in season 2 they just make it so that minions don't disappear if Jacko herself blocks a hit. How much difference that would make to kind of her perceived viability.
Yeah, I wonder, like, I thought about the same thing. Like, what are the things that Jacko would love to receive to gain a... Again, wow, Vision is
Grabbing the Fafnir.
good at recognizing that situation.
Yeah, there's that. It's the knowledge is just there on their side. Oh, and this, yeah, just raw. You don't want to scale Eliitti Drive as much as possible because look at the damage that deal does just on its own. Now getting the hard knockdown going in, but Nyyman allowed to kind of act.
Yeah, Nyyman again in this position where like they don't really have the life to RPS with burst anymore.
Duel 1.
Is the combination of Nyyman sort of, I guess, opting to hold the RPS by holding the burst, as well as Fecian just, you know, playing very safe, not allowing Nyyman to get those free bursts out. And that sort of meshes together very well with Jacko's playstyle, because you're not going to be doing like massive combos to begin with. It's more about, oh, look at that!
And that is a baited burst, and you're gonna get knocked into the minion and sent back to the corner, and your DP is gonna miss.
Goodness.
That is a devastating series of events for Nyyman. But now, Grand Viper hits.
Oh no, misses the combo. That's sort of what's been plaguing Nyyman a little as well, is the few times that they get the big counter hit, they're just dropping a lot of those combos. It can be the curse that when you're playing a one-chance character, quotations one-chance character, when you get that one hit per round, you really do have to deliver and not drop your combo like this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Also, Jacko, you know, very small figure. I'm not even sure if something's maybe harder to hit on her. I know Soul has a lot of variants on kind of which combo routes work on which characters, and I wonder if Nyyman is fully aware of all that. But that is going to work.
Nice.
Nyyman takes a round.
Good recognition. Throw RC is indeed the key to finish the round. Now Nyyman has a little bit of wind under the sails. Hands finally, potentially, getting warmer, getting to actually play Poggers.
Yeah. Getting to put in some pressure, but unfortunately being thrown behind a minion. But still that bar slash advancing, getting the hit. Look at that damage. And yeah, Fecian, you know, knowing where to burst against Soul, you want to burst between those two clean hit hits from Volcanic Viper.
Oh my god, the revolver jumps past 2k! Now Nyyman in a very nice position here, still has bursts, has the life lead. Not so much anymore though, gold burst is baited and is punished!
And the minion gets thrown out. Yeah, Fecian just did not want to give in there. The mashing 5p to stop Newman's pressure, and just then afterwards still baiting the burst and getting the hit. Insane.
I think Fecian has to have some prescription lenses under that mask there, because they've been reading Nyyman so perfectly this set.
Yeah, just not letting up, playing level-headed all the way through, and that's already a 6-0. You know, this is a very difficult position for Nyyman to be in, and you know, the last like winning game of the match is always the hardest, but if you're getting swept, it's such a difficult position as well, kind of maintaining your level-headedness to try and attempt a comeback is very difficult.
Nice, getting this round this time. The clean hit DP.
Unfortunately,
Oh, no.
getting the start of the route, but not pulling through. But still, 6S will go and get the kill.
Gotta love that clean hit route that Nyyman just pulled off. It looks so fancy. I never get tired of that. Oh, nice whip punish.
Oh, apologies. Very loud motorcycle outside my house. And now Fecian with a solid combo and setting up a minion,
Safe jump setup.
which unfortunately gets destroyed by them blocking that DP.
Wait, what did that hit come from?
I think it was just one of the minion hits. Nyyman just let go of block a bit too early, and now that's 6B hitting. Nyyman just needs this round to be on the board, but Fecian needs this round to just outright win the set.
Good backdash out of Nyyman's 2K. Spending all this time, the revolver doesn't carry Nyyman far enough.
Rocks up, and now again,
Uh-oh, look at
this
this meter.
minion setup.
Oh, look at that meter. I think after this pressure, Fecian can do it again. Yeah, that was such an important Abara to find. Get out of there. Can still do it, barely.
Even still, the health is so... Well, I was going to say even, but obviously Jacko dies a lot more easily, but this is going to be such a
two.
big hit.
Oh, that kills!
That just
Mamma
killed!
mia! It's
And
really...
that's the set.
That's really like the way to deal some pretty decent damage as Jacko. 50 meter, quick cancel into the super. That's, I guess, all you need. Just perfectly played by Fecian. I was surprised how well Fecian was just able to, you know, keep everything in control. At no point of the sets did they have that sort of crisis where, you know, Nyyman just gets to press a lot of buttons, gets to gorilla in their own terms. It was always, the perimeters were always those ones that Fecian set for Nyyman, and not the other way around.
That was insane, and insanely impressive on Fecian's side, kind of being able to consistently be getting all of these setups and knowing what to do is it has to be kind of up. Oh my god, excuse me, I lost my train of thought, but yeah,
It's okay.
it has to be praised because that was insane.
I too sometimes lose my cognitive abilities in the middle of the cast. In fact, every single time. Alright, next up, we've got the second showing from our Russian player Anime Memes. Taking up a match. This was originally supposed to be versus... If I can still remember. Loading.
Golbargs.
Golbargs, yes. Golbargs May. However, they had unforeseen circumstances, had to drop out. ACIDG jumping in to replace on short notice.
Yeah, and this matchup is unfortunately fairly rough for Ino. The Axel matchup is one of the more difficult ones. Axel, again, against someone with such a linear air movement, can just call you out with a lot of his buttons. So you kind of have to get creative in your ways of getting in. So I'm interested to see what Anime Memes might have in order to get in.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit like Faust versus Ino from back in the day, but in fact, when transitioning to Strive, I think it's still not as bad as it was back then, but whereas versus Faust, the scales balanced a little. In this case, they probably did not balance that much, and Axel still has a pretty decent edge against Ino because of all the things you said, primarily because of her linear movement. But I think
we're just waiting on Anime Memes. Oh, they seem to be back. Ready? And on opposite sides from what the scoreboards are saying.
all right, and what's it gonna be? Pick a pretty lady. That's your prediction. And we heading into the field of combat.
Already getting ACIDG's burst out, that's really good position to be in as the Eno players. Getting that first entry point out of the way, and now you can just kind of more comfortably go in, having gotten your pressure and continuing your mix. And look at that damage.
Oh, yeah. The small,
the 2S.
Very small dashes into a perfect footsie position. Who says that can't, play footsies? You can still get like micro adjustments to your position by getting those little dashes out, albeit they are a little more committal than other characters. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but
dash
even
under.
still, if you call out specific buttons or respond to them coming out, you can do quite a bit of damage. And look at that, just opting to go for the wall break right away.
Damage.
The positive bonus is quite good. You take that.
Oh,
Now. Oh, the gold burst actually stopping the command grab super, but the command grab from Axel getting to anime memes a bit too early while they are waking up and in that throw invulnerability, allowing anime memes to just go in and take the first point.
Wow, that's really fast pace from anime memes. I guess that's sort of the best case scenario that you can get. Just get in once and then don't let go. Don't let go under any circumstances.
Oh, unfortunately not hitting the burst, but it ended up not mattering. Bursting against Axel is always such a rough position because unless you're throwing him into the corner, you are putting Axel in the favorable position. Yeah, this is a matchup that is, much like kind of anytime Eno plays, but I feel like even more than normal.
Ooh, that might have been a safe jump.
It was. Now the jump up and punish. Yeah, no, I was saying, this is a matchup that is dictated on momentum. Kind of like how all of Eno's matchups are. You kind of gotta get your mix in, you gotta get inside of your opponent's head. And more than any opponent, kind of being able to get in on the zoner is so important because it gives you the chances to just do a lot of damage, and Axel is very unfavored at that point.
I think interesting thing, the 2K, actual 2K being the 5-framer in this matchup probably works against Axel. You would rather have your 5-framer be like a standing button maybe to have like a super fast jab against Eno's forward dashes. Oh, the classic! Stroke the big tree, diving under the burst.
It generally depends, because 2K is still an excellent button in this matchup. But it certainly limits its possibilities.
Yeah, it kind of applies to different RPS situations.
A 5-framer 2K, you have to remember, will also beat Stroke very comfortably. Both versions of Stroke. So as a kind of universal option against Eno's low approaches, it is really excellent. Solid throw break. And now ACIDG, full screen, gets the burst baited. Enemy memes opting to go for the safe jump, just preventing any sort of reversal shenanigans, going for the hard knockdown on wall break. And the grab close out the round.
So far, anime memes just all over. ACIDG having difficulties establishing that, that trademark Axel zoning position that we so much know. Good throw into the right direction, denying a lot of real estate from anime memes.
Yeah, and I think, you have to always kind of note that the zoning position can be really advantageous for Axel. Eno has, by default, unfortunately not getting the combo on it, but still forcing ACIDG to block that super, leaving them really minus.
Looking for that one last good hit. ACIDG. Oh, was baiting the burst, but not all the way until the end.
But the close slash does actually get the kill. Now
needs-
Anime Memes is forced to go into the final round without burst.
Who needs
I
a
was trying to
five-framer?
say, kind of Ino's movement can end up being quite linear and play against her favor in this matchup. But if you're not being able to call out your opponent's patterns, or if they're not presenting patterns at all, if they're experienced enough to be varying their approaches, it's so difficult as Axel to call out what Ino's doing.
Oh. Oh, wow! The first jump slice actually hit, or misses.
And now the command grab,
ACIDG, finally,
and the
looks like
Rensen.
they're starting to find their groove, getting much more of those RPS options going in their favor.
Duel 1.
On the board, 1, 2, and this is where it develops. With a low follow-up. Generally, oh, nice air throw. Put them in the corner, and now into the blender. ACIDG, are we gonna use the burst? Holding, there it is.
The kind of spinning Rensen follow-up is very deceptive in its animation versus where the hitbox actually is.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really anti-air much, if I'm not mistaken. Even though it kind of looks like it might have a hitbox on the upper part.
It only hits in kind of a small rectangle in front and on the lower bit of Axel.
So extremely susceptible to jump-ins, but on the other hand, very good stop sign against any sort of ground approach.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Ino, kind of avoiding Rensen at certain angles can be difficult because Rensen is actually able to beat lower down moments in your hover dash. Unfortunately, not getting the super input, getting close slash instead.
Oh, meter for meter! ACIDG clears that attempt to get a mix-up going on, but Anime Memes still with the positive bonus. It's gonna win.
Flashing.
Oh my god, that must have been at the edge of the super.
That was so close. By all accounts, that should have hit. Oh! Ballsy opener from ACIDG, but unfortunately now Anime Memes will be kind of punishing you.
Yeah, this is against Ino in the corner without any resources whatsoever. A little bit of a breather here, but still the positive bonus on Anime Memes' side. Oh my god, I think ACIDG is done for this round. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's Anime Memes pulling ahead, pulling 2 points ahead. Kind of showing they have kind of the comfort in the matchup,
Duel 1.
knowing how to navigate Axel's zoning. Hopping away on the block hit on that dive to be more evasive, harder to anti-air. And doing the jump backwards forward dive is also a very good way of kind of varying your approach angle.
Finding the small hits, slowly chipping the life away from Anime Memes. 6k, yeah, we're seeing so many good reads now. 5B, preventing the... Oh, there we go! That jumping angle. The low follow-up on Rensen, not able to anti-air that one.
Now this is going to be quite a bit of damage from Anime Memes, actually. On the reset, being able to kill.
It looked like such a good round for ACIDG to begin with, but you know, Ino gets in once, gets the big damage done, and wham bam.
And especially if you don't have the kind of burst or the ability to use YRC without a solid reversal option as well, it's very difficult. It's you are in for a hard time. Oh, Anime Memes going for the bait, but unfortunately letting go of back a bit too late.
Oh wow,
Or early?
Going under the jump slash from Axel. Whoa, committing to an empty throw. Cornering themselves, but getting a hit. Because of that, still, yeah, dangerous. That's gonna be enough.
Yeah, unfortunately having put themselves in the corner there was ended up being costly. I think they were relying on that red RC to actually hit and sending Anime Memes across so they can walk under and get the and getting the cornered position on Ino.
Again, that dreaded feature, stroke the big tree, low profile enough to go under the burst, and now ACIDG. Oh, good realization. Doesn't get the punish though. It is kind of difficult unless you've practiced that out in training mode. Because you have to do what ACIDG did and sort of air dash over it, you know, because it's invulnerable for so long. Ooh,
yeah, it's
footage.
invulnerable until all of the projectiles are out, and that can be really difficult to deal with.
Oh, that was tricky. Wait.
Oh.
Oh no, RCing before the hit goes through. Oh no.
Oh
this
no, if
enemy is stealing this away because of that mistake.
That is a very scaled combo from the red RC, but still, this is tragic for ACIDG, who by all accounts should have already won this round.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's fine, they don't drop it.
I was scared for a moment. But unfortunately, you can't get those games without 2-round wins now. Anime memes pushing in. We are getting the burst back. However, that's 2/3 of ACIDG's life gone. And look at the meter difference here. Plus frames. Dives under the cold slash. And unrelenting pressure. Baits the burst. Baits the throw. No punish though. And finding the throw. Yeah, I think it was a good hold on the burst. I was probably thinking about bursting myself, but ACIDG being the better player here, recognizing that.
Yeah, you just gotta. Oh no! Speaking of holding bursts, ACIDG being forced to hold their own as it gets baited after being held for so long, but not actually still being able to get a hit. Solid one vision combo here.
Now he's also sort of locking the option to burst from anime memes. Sort of guaranteed throw here. And now even though ACIDG has the life lead, is in a very disadvantageous position, especially after that stroke. The big tree jumping out, lands the jump heavy.
Yeah. That jump heavy in the corner, it's kind of a little bit of a scuffed up back mega fist. But it works, it does the job very well for what Axel needs to use it for.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it is very, very similar. It hits really deep, really fast, kinda difficult-ish to anti-air unless you're perfectly on point. Oh no, the burst baited once
Another
again.
blocked burst. Enemy memes just with the reads here. Now with the super, we'll be getting a wall break for a lot of damage. And oh.
Banking on the backdash. Here's the wires, the immediate burst from anime memes.
Yeah, just does not want to give out the corner
Oh.
position, but ACIDG getting the solid grab, but unfortunately 5D. A little finger flick. It's all that it took.
Ooh, being respectful there, not firing the anti-air. Like sometimes you do have to do that as well. If you... Oh. Oh, makes the burst once again. ACIDG, a little quick on the trigger finger. Counter hit into a combo. Here we go, but still back against the corner. Here we're flipping it into the low. Looking so far, so good.
Unfortunately, the RC didn't come in time to continue the combo, and now Anime Memes throwing ACIDG into the corner, but the jumping heavy is what it took. Oh! The second hit of Renset, grabbing Anime Memes' approach.
The up follow-up of Rensen is not really what it used to be. It's so much more scary in Exert. In this game, it just sort of kind of vacuums you in there. It just, a lot of the times, it doesn't just even seem to hit when it should. Oh, this might be a big
this
whiff.
is, yeah, this is going to be a very unfortunate whiff.
Plus frames, hold this. ACIDG getting their burst back, firing it.
Yeah, firing it on the mic stand flip is kind of one of the safest places to burst against Eno. You're locked into that move, and she just gets knocked away from it. Yeah, the pull-in from the Rensen into the 2K2D, it's a classic line. And Enemy Memes has actually got so much risk built up, so if ACIDG finds a good... Never mind!
quick finger on 6P. As soon as that stroke the big tree ended, anime memes knew. Opponent in the air, target acquired 6P. Very early burst here. Oh, wow, the Rensin actually gets there before the projectile. Nice getting out of there. There, dash forward. Able to get anime memes in the super, and swinging the momentum very fast here. ACIDG still has a burst available. RC a little too far, unfortunately, but still securing a pressure position.
Yeah.
Getting that round.
And just stuffing away what anime memes was trying to do. And now, with the round lead, with the burst available, ACIDG is in a fairly comfortable position. So it's just about kind of managing to throw the switch away and holding a good zoning position. But anime memes actually being able to approach, being able to get those block strings in. And now, once again, being zoned out, blocking the close slash, very important. It forces the burst out, and now we're in full screen Rensin territory. And grabbing the stroke. Good call out. One of the best options you can do against stroke, because it'll just throw out Ino's ability to kind of keep going with any sort of pressure.
Yeah, you definitely.
Oh, this will be a counter hit. And it kills.
Yeah, ACIDG definitely on the chase. It's a little tough still, 5-4 lead in anime memes' favor, but
5-4? 5-3?
5-3, yeah. 3 for the other 3. Or the other 4.
Definitely, you have to kind of really adapt what your opponent is doing to get such a kind of such a comeback right now. Oh, anime memes with the aggressive burst, just taking out ACIDG, but ACIDG now has their own burst still going into this round, so there is still hope. It's not entirely doomed.
Finding a hit. Oh, but the double jump into dash or dive doesn't really initially get the position that Anime Movies was hoping for. ACIDG trying to run away.
Solid 6B.
Avoiding the jump heavy.
Yeah, that was a really nice bit of movement, avoiding the 6 heavy masterfully. And ACIDG just runs across. Yeah, sometimes it's just the best defense is, just run through.
Oh, still not your turn. Nice, speaking of the movement, it just, the trajectories that Ino can really take to move around the screen. So beautiful.
Now, just very low health. Rensin chip could actually do it.
Oh, nice.
Just, the 2K to stop the stroke.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about just earlier. It's one of the better responses to it.
And being so fast, maybe it doesn't do actual justice in those forward dash situations, but RPS against Stroke the Big Tree. Very nice tool. Now break the wall
Solid
here.
wall break combo. Now ACIDG kind of definitely playing from behind. Trying to play a little bit of aggressive with the movement just to go across enemy memes as they try to advance, but now just oh no.
Oh wait, wow! I think
a solid exchange of meter. The meter handshake.
Oh, it's a anti-airing.
Hitting.
Oh,
I was about to say it was definitely not over for ACIDG, but unfortunately that one blow, the burst wasn't gonna save you at that point.
These are two characters that are very committal at neutral, not just Ino, but also Exil. Like whiffing 5P like ACIDG did there at the end. It has a lot of recovery, so if you don't manage to make your opponent block it, oh boy, are you punishable. Nice, interrupting the dash. After the dive, again. Oh, this time Anime Movies gets
Solid
it.
jumping kick. Yeah, jumping takes quite fast, and at certain angles after your dives, you can actually just throw it out and beat a lot of options unless your opponents have a fastest button that actually is hits high enough to stop the approach.
The round start option from Anime Memes works out. Dive under into the pressure situation ACIDG. Oh, the throw baited!
Anime Memes was actually too far forwards to get hit by the jumping heavy. The jumping heavy just went in behind them. Oh, and the PRC, but unfortunately ACIDG was still landing. And so the grab doesn't hit.
Ooh, very nice commit to the forward dash against Frenzen.
Oh, using PRC to just keep it going, and this is going to be a punish on a jumping slash. A reasonable amount of damage, but ultimately not that much. And unfortunately for ACIDG, Anime Memes is just able to go back in and put themselves in set point.
Now live or die, ACIDG. Make your choice. Comes all down to this. Very nice position. Lands the overhead. A little too far though. The S-stroke. Oh, nice prediction. Tagging the forward dash with 5B. The Rensen is also good, but no, only needs that one in. ACIDG with 50 meter. This will go back to neutral.
And the blue RC getting grabbed out! Oh no!
The perfect timing on the throw gets ACIDG grabbed out of whatever they were trying to do. I mean, I think that's a thing that a lot of players love to do at the round start. Drift forward, sort of see during this drift what is the opponent doing. At that time, I think Anime Memes was not committed to anything. So able to go for that one frame response. Even if your frames are slowed in that situation, your throw is essentially, along with backdash, the closest to reversal options that you're gonna get. Wow. All right. Despite the matchup potential disadvantages, question mark, Anime Memes clears that with flying colors, I guess.
Yeah, Anime Memes played super well, super solid, varied movement to get in, which is really what you need against Axel. And immediately we have here Sierra and Eliitti just jumping into the lobby, getting ready. Time. The big hitters. We've had some powerful players here, but I'm really excited for Eliitti's debut in Strive. And Sierra is just a tried and true Gold Lewis aficionado.
I think a lot of players were excited matchups other than this. Personally, this is the one that I've been waiting for the whole week, or at least the past 4 days. It's gonna be Eliitti. I was about to say Milia, because they are historically a Milia player from Exil. Now Zato on screen here. Not only a rare treat in Zato, but a rare treat in Eliitti, the young genius. First time we see them play Strive here on stream.
You say Eliitti is quite new to Strive, but they've definitely been putting in the hours, as you were noting earlier. Yeah, already level 1000 on Zato. And then even if you play a lot on the tower, you get a lot of experience, but that's still a fairly respectable, amount of games played.
Yeah, when this dude puts their mind into it, they will rack up the experience very fast. Their work ethic is flawless, I want to say. And even if Eliitti has had, I don't necessarily know
6B on the frog and crossing up, it is now Eliitti's turn to be on the defense.
Ooh, that finds the 2S Abare out of there.
This is interesting. These are two characters, Zato, on the very first match of the day we were already mentioning. Zato relies a lot on the universal mechanic to be taking the big wins, taking the not big wins, but getting out of the defensive position. And
Wow, there were so
Gold
many
Lewis is kind of the
overhits there.
same. Yeah. Oh. Gold Lewis also doesn't have a very good reversal. Does have one, kind of unlike Zato, but
Wow, a lot of
I was
mix-ups
just
that-
talking, and Eliitti just yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of mixerinos that I haven't necessarily seen before. But I guess that goes to show how few strong Zato players I've played against as well.
Yeah, the layers of mix just continuing to go here.
Nice, vacuuming back into the corner with the behemoth. YRC, we saw that a lot in the previous Zato matchup, how important spending the meter on the universal mechanics is gonna be for Zato, who doesn't have a lot of good defensive options. And now out of Zot, Eddie Gage, wow, still with punishes the Behemoth Typhoon. Here we go, the Froggy is back, and you are going down.
Even without Eddie Gay, Zato can continue pressure on for a really long time and be very threatening if your back is against the corner, whilst that Eddie is coming back.
But it's kind of like, oh, Sierra
Oh
Vice.
no, that is a baited burst, and but unfortunately the wall bounce whiff.
Even though they dropped the combo, that was almost like half of Eliitti's life there, so...
Yeah, that could have been, if that went for the wall break, Eliitti could just already be kind of out of the round at the point, but unfortunately that drop was rough.
Wow, Eliitti playing so fast. Into the throw.
I do feel like you kind of need that against Gold Lewis, right?
Yeah,
you need to play fast. You need to not give Gold Lewis the breathing room to be getting into the advantageous positions for him, where he's just swinging plus frames at you.
Oh, but here comes Gold Lewis damage. Couple of good touches.
Yeah.
But again, this is the problematic thing. Breaking the wall against a character who has such a big advantage versus you at round start or at neutral. Oh, that
trying to get the...
Probably looking for a different Typhoon on the ground. Wait.
Will this hit? No, it gets baited out, and now Eliitti going for the 5D charge, but not getting it, getting punished away.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
But yeah, I was saying, these are two characters that on defense rely a lot on universal mechanics to get out of the sticky situations, so I do wonder, oh, whiffed command grab? Into a solid punish?
5 PP, not opting to spend meter on that. Nice, switching sides as well into a wall break. That's kind of cool when your back is against the corner.
Yeah.
But now Eliitti...
If Eliitti had gotten that with a super, it would have been insane. Very burst safe, and now Eliitti is just kind of in a rough position.
Wow! Finds a 2P! The gap there! So brave! But I guess there was a lot of reward to be had, because Eliitti was on their last hit points.
Yeah. All crouching under the frog and killing both Eddie and still getting hit on Zato.
Oh yeah, hitting 2 times works, I guess, in Gold Lewis's favor at certain ranges. But does not work against a post though. This is the result when you swing straight into super.
Goes
I think they pressed the button.
Among
Yeah.
Us? Yeah, that was a 6B startup.
Yeah, very respectful
Stopping,
burst.
yeah.
Even
The burst saying, I don't want to get thrown into the corner, because even though Eliitti wasn't likely to get thrown across the wall, maybe they were, it's just getting put in a position where Gold Lewis is running his game plan against you is just not good.
Yeah, at that point, Eliitti is not thinking about the damage that's gonna be done. It's about, you know, if I don't burst this, Gold Lewis will have his victory condition.
Once again. Yeah, just going for that round start position super. Because it's just going to beat if you press a button.
Yeah, Not too bad, because it's not like GoldLewis is gonna punish that very easily either if it's, you know, lands on block. Smartly not swinging into the oppose. Eliitti landing a command cap, resetting the situation. Here we go. What's it gonna be? The mixes finds the low.
A little cheeky on summon to have more Eddie gauge, but the burst will just kill Eddie right away. And now Sierra is just getting to move forward.
Oh wow.
A gold burst coming out.
Wow, the drift forward gets there in time before the minigun has been taken out.
And more lows, more mix.
Nice. Oh, wow, from that jump D into a pressure string into the Eddie summon. The Froggy Frog
It's a
catching
solid
Sierra,
combo.
trying to jump out.
Opting not to go for the wall break, I'm fairly sure, because that could have definitely broken. And I think it's just a case of if you have the option to, why not? And I think, okay, Sierra this time respecting not pressing a button, but
Wow,
Eliitti
just
still.
Reversal 6p. That kind of goes to show that even if you land the Skyfish hit as GoldLewis, it's gonna put your opponent back to full screen, and you're probably, with GoldLewis's movement speed, you can't really reach them with your best meaties or anything.
Yeah, and I think it was an interesting thing. You can see the kind of thought process going through these players' heads where Sierra was very respectful once they went back to neutral, not trying to press any button to hit, respecting the fact that Eliitti still had the meter to go for that amorphous super. And then Eliitti just decided, I'm just gonna hold it. But now, baited burst, drone pressure. Oh, Blue RC.
Oh, so smart! Drifting forward, baiting the throw, backdash.
And then punishing that throw. And now you're back in the corner.
Ooh, Eliitti having the extra meters to spend. All the overheads blocked, but that low at the end. It is not over till the Eddie gauge is over. Sand switching, finding the hit. Here we go.
Playing a little bit of ping pong with the big fella. And now, Sun Void.
50 meter.
Really
Eddie is back.
devastating.
Ooh, opted to play a cross-up with that jump D. I wonder if that was meant as a cross-up or just a missed setup. Either way, Sierra cashing
Dealing a
out.
lot of damage to Eliitti, who now has a really surprising amount of resources. You know, this is still not over, even though there's a life deficit.
Ooh,
Solid
wow.
jump B, catching out the Eddie.
How? What was Eddie going for, our little guy?
I'm not really sure, but you know, it just worked.
Oh wow, finding the 2B Abare. Eliitti not face, straight into it. Hop with the frog overhead, has to spend the burst here, but Eliitti is saying no, stay there. And I'll get the plus
Throwing out
frames.
the amorphous, but yeah, the plus frames just weren't enough.
Pretty decent trade there on round start. Completely eliminates Eddie gauge, giving Sierra a little bit of time to play without Puppet being part of the equation. On the back just once again, but far slash without resources, without Eddie, not gonna do much.
Still a solid BT hit.
Oh wow.
Now the TK dash up and the burst bait. And Skyfish for the guts kill. And against Zato, who's quite frail, that is just going to kill.
Yeah, I feel like clutch plays like this, like getting a big read in, maybe sweeping the little guy into a big hit and then predicting the burst as well. Those kind of sequences are gonna be the key for Sierra to find the victory here, because as soon as the burst is out of equation, Zato bleeds so much.
Oh, and the Sun Void hitting
Wow, that's...
on basically OTG.
Even though Gold Voice is such a thick boy, there's a lot of damage being done.
Yeah, Zado damage is quite monstrous.
Ooh, catches the summon attempt. Wow, Gold Burst out of their own pressure.
Okay,
really?
okay, let's see.
What are we gonna do with the meter? Bait it once again.
Bait the burst.
Oh.
And just a raw super. Because you might as well use the meter.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Deleting the mini guy once again. Oh, trying to sweep with the 2S. 2S is obviously one of the, I guess one of the better, faster quotations disjoint moves to try to sweep the little guy under the rug. However,
Oh wow, getting the combo with the outgoing Eddie out of the grab.
Eliitti did not face at all, even after those consecutive really strong burst baits. But now Sierra, oh, landing the big, oh, wait, was that a burst bait? Eliitti didn't have it though. Attempting them.
Coming force the block. Taking quite a fair amount of chip as well. The unfortunate reality for Zado.
The burst. It's a little bit of, oh, nice 6B.
6 being the incoming Typhoon, the flying demon. And now, oh, I think that was an attempt at Sun Void, but unfortunately, the misinput.
Wait, that's really close to finishing, not quite. One more hit.
So much damage. And a grab?
That was so
Cross-up
brave.
grab?
I think faking the jump heavy cross up there, but in fact landing close enough to get the throw. That was really funky looking. I thought Sierra was not in the range to throw.
Yeah, it didn't look like they were, but it was just, I guess when you got the mix, it doesn't matter.
Oh, the slow overhead once again and the burst.
Another baited burst. This time they get the full combo. That's just it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Every single time that Sierra Vice has taken that burst, they're taking the round immediately after. Using the universal
5D hitting though, getting a full combo off of it. Eliitti is still getting a really respectable amount of damage, not being phased and just going for the next round.
Attempted the whiff punish, not quite there in time. Burst used by Sierra, but now look at the meter on Eliitti's side. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah. And more, they're just probably gonna be, look at that, Eddie's back. We see one RC to go forward.
Finds
Hitting
the
with a low.
Is there a kill? Not yet. Sierra Vice using all the remaining of their resources to try to mount some offense. This again will give you a meaty, but not a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, having to run that far in to get your meaty prevents you from getting all of your best pressure. Now once again, really good 6B.
Ooh, good
Really
job.
good 2B.
Wow.
Yeah, that 2B anti-air. That's a classic Gold Lewis move at this point. It's such a reliable form of just, you know, solid anti-air, and even just some moments of mashing out of pressure.
Ooh, I think Eliitti was being very careful of the burst there, trying to bait it. Sierra getting the burst out though. Here we go, RC.
Also,
Summoning.
Eliitti's use of 6B is incredible.
Yeah, I think Eliitti hasn't missed like a single anti-air so far. And grasping the lead once again. It's like the... it feels really weird to say, but Eliitti's Achilles' heel has so far been the burst. As long as they don't whiff the burst, they've been winning every single round, right?
Yeah. But it's just insane of how, you know, recently that this player has kind of seriously picked up the game, how well they're playing already. Ooh,
Ooh, perfectly spaced, summoning into the Froggy. Is Sierra gonna burst this? No option anymore. Break the wall with Sun Void. Reset and looking like a tough round for Sierra. Oh, he still bursts! Wow, that's brave.
Sierra just wants to go for it.
I mean, it is
Now look at this! Look at this pressure! Backdashing the grab.
Yeah, that's
and
the
the 2H to finish it off.
That's the downside of making a dangerous hero burst like that. They only need one more read, and you lose basically a lot of the value of the burst that you invested. Again, the 6P just keeps hitting. At this point, Sierra-wise, it's not like you can avoid jumping as Gold Lewis either, because the jump D is your one of your go-to ways of initiating pressure. Again, wow, the Eliitti is just so ready. Finding the disjointed hit. Now an opportunity for Eliitti to, for the first time, build a very sizable lead. The gold burst baited, not punished though.
No. Yeah, that could have been devastating. That could have just been the end there. But it doesn't matter, the end is here.
Wow, Sierra-wise brings it even once again, 4 apiece. It's so interesting, the dynamic of this matchup. Eliitti gets to play so much. It feels like Eliitti is playing 90% of the time, but the remaining 10% of the time when Sierra-wise actually gets to do stuff, man, are they doing stuff. Like here.
Yeah. I mean, that is also just one of the greatest things. An experienced Gold Lewis is just able to keep you in the mix for so long. The respect on Sierra here.
Ooh, the fire slash actually ends up anti-airing. Lots of damage being done. Sierra, there's the burst. Deems that the sword is not avoidable here. Ends up taking the pressure. Break the wall, but again, ooh, very respectful once again. Ooh, that's so smart!
And getting the backdash with the Skyfish.
Eliitti deemed that using FD on the initial hit, it was possible to backdash out, but that's what Sierra actually read and took out the Skyfish. Oh, interesting. Oh, gets hit.
Getting the hit into the pose.
Luckily not a too heavy though. Oh, a neutral trade. Nice on summon, doesn't let the little guy go down to the behemoth.
Oh, and really nice combo pickup there. Getting the wall break with the Sun Void, getting the Oki situation, just chasing up Sierra on the stealth deficit and getting the round.
Okay, this
really
time
not wanting to let Sierra just get ahead.
Ooh, rare footage of Gold Lewis actually winning the round start. The sandwich finds the low. We still have a setup. Baits the gold burst, but a little too far to get the punish. Good response against that 6P from far away. Skyfish, here we go. One good hit away from potentially taking it. Takes the burst once again. That's really been Sierra's strongest point. The burst reads.
It's a bit insane. The level of play we're witnessing in the set is nuts.
It's like when you're playing the hard-hitting guy, those single crucial reads can give you so much value, and I want to say, wow, Sierra's ability to read those. If he keeps getting those, he's gonna probably win this.
You see that 2P there just as Fallout stuffing the approach. Unfortunately, Sierra was still in the blender after it, but just the understanding the Zato pressure going on right now. Now breaking the wall, going into Oki.
Couple extra claps. Oh, being respectful might have been
the potential of the burst, but yeah, command grabs are seeing the whiff command grab into another one.
That's an interesting predicament, because you've seen Sierra bursting in that situation before. Even though you deem that might not be the best burst and don't want to bait the burst because of that, you gotta remember that option that your opponent played before.
Exactly, and that's what Eliitti did, and it won them the round.
Alright, little guys offline for a moment, but Eliitti able to spend the time, take up. Oh, perfect timing on Skyfish!
Yeah.
It's that moment when any player send the shadow forth that you will have opportunity to jab it.
Solid 2H hit is going to be a lot of damage, but Sierra just opts to go for the burst. Eliitti gets all of the Eddie meter back. Unsummoning the refresh, continuing the pressure.
Oh,
you're now in the corner. There was a pose. Yeah,
you're so dead.
Into the next game you go.
It's like as long as Eliitti is able to avoid those dangerous RPS situations, you can clearly see that Eliitti kind of changed the pace a little here, being way more careful, not committing, just, you know, staying at a place where Sierra can't get to really play much.
Yeah, and Eliitti's opposers have been just on point, just preventing Sierra from mashing out of the pressure potentially. Has been just every time has worked out, almost.
Ooh,
now? Oh, does this just kill?
Yeah, I think so. It's enough. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes Zato just plays a single player game. Sometimes you're just Zato's training mode.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that was really close to being a half hit point combo. Oh, catches the backdash! Sierra with the opportunity here, chipping away, good 6p.
Yeah. Eliitti's 6Ps have been really good. You know, Zato's 6P is quite strong, but Eliitti just has been really good at realizing when to use it against these kind of flying typhoons.
What a jump, the intercept in the air, forcing Sierra to stay in the pressure. Oh, she sees it! A little too far for the big guy to get the punish. Uh-oh, 6p, not going for the air throw. Opting to get the anti-air. Now
Eliitti going for the disrespectful neutral gold burst play.
Oh my god, he's gonna clap more. Oh, just 5D!
Just goes for 5D.
I think that's probably what, you know, putting the expectation that I'm gonna clap, let's refresh, clap more, but that was the moment when Eliitti snuck in the fast overhead.
And especially with how many effects Zato puts on the screen, it can actually just be hard to see those orange particles. And now here we have Eliitti, first one to reach match point, but it's definitely not over. Sierra has played super well, and this, yeah. Oh, I was about to say this is a couple of rough interactions for Zato away from, yeah, everything going to shit. And the grab on wake up.
It's I want to say as long as Eliitti doesn't burst, it goes well. It goes well, but when the burst comes out, oh boy.
Yeah,
it's okay. We don't need that burst now. You know,
yeah, Eliitti clearly hasn't needed the burst yet because they've been doing so well without being able to land them. But
he doesn't have the burst, so he can't whip it. 200 IQ.
Exactly. But now Sierra's still at full health. Eliitti in a tough corner position with a massive health deficit, but that doesn't stop them.
I think that's good.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Well, I guess we're walking down this lane once again.
The 6th land. And again, both of these players completely having earned the right to be solid contenders by now.
Yeah,
and now it's just about who will be the one who pushes slightly ahead. And Eliitti with a really strong start, you know, getting 50% of Gold Lewis's health on round start is insane.
Eliitti's solid play and perfect fundamentals versus Sierra Vice's crazy reach.
A good block on the cross up.
Ooh, finds the overhead.
5D.
Again, at this point, oh, going in. Oh, that might actually be a chance for Sierra to get something started.
The YRC. Solid stuff. That's the round. That's set point.
Eliitti, the young genius, arrives to the set point first. But Sierra saying
Sierra's
no.
on the chase, getting Eliitti's burst out of the way now. And this is potentially, you know, one really good combo away from just being a kill for Sierra, right? Like at any point, this Sado can just blow up.
Great backdash out of the pressure.
Eliitti has no burst. That means he has a chance.
Oh, I think, yeah, Eliitti pressed the button
Was this
here.
grab? Yes, getting the force. Is it force dash? Or 5 dash?
Ooh, barely avoiding a slow overhead once again. Sierra jumping back and suddenly taking out the Skyfish. Any hit is gonna be good. Finds the 2K, finds the 2D. Oh my god.
Oh my god, we're going to the final Luigi.
Eliitti has a burst available here. ZoKHiZ might be getting a burst as well, maybe, but it's kind of far away. This is a good position for Eliitti to get the ball rolling. So,
Oh, doesn't get the wall break. Tragically, that would have been such a good boon to have. The positive
no.
bonus would have done so much, and now you're in the Goldu Splendor. Oh. I think that was a messed up 360 input.
oh, okay.
Going into the air and doing a punch, I think that was just an attempted 360.
Ooh, breaks the wall
We've
without-
seen two big tragedies already this round. The jump backwards definitely can block this. It will be thrown into the corner, and now you're just gonna have to hold it.
Oh, no, he baited it, but no punish.
Oh no, and then a close slash.
The burst. ZoKHiZ holding,
Burst is back.
holding, clapping. He can't burst here. Oh, he gets it.
Gold burst as
Set
well.
up, Iron Cannon
The
ready.
Civil Rights beam.
Does he get it? Oh, Eliitti blocks right. I think that was a cross-up maybe. The Froggy.
It was a
Leapity lap there. Get
the
off
very
the air.
fast interaction. That was insane. That was insane.
My
What an end to
God.
this amazing set.
The crazy thing is, I don't even know if there was a mix-up, the left-right there on the Iron Cannon Super. I think there maybe was. I've never seen that before. If there was, Eliitti cleared it properly.
I'm out of breath. And that was just a lot.
Holy motherfucking shit. That was good-ass Guilty Gear.
That was the definition of good ass. And I think we have Jufee and Solid already in the lobby right now, just going to throw us into the final set of the night. You know, we just had Insanity, we haven't even had time to like recover, and these two are just ready to go for it.
Right, another Gold Lewis goodie coming your way. Solid. Nothing short of what their nickname would suggest, and Jufee being a little rarer treat. Both guys from the Finnish fighting game scene. Jufee, obviously a master of many games. For back in the day, Exil. Now Strive.
Mankind knew that they cannot
Grand Blue versus Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue actually being one of the trademark games that Jufee plays a lot. But the defining factor, the similar factor between all of those is that Jufee, pretty much in every single game, they're always a top contender, at least in Finland standards. Solid is a little newer addition to the Finnish Guilty Gear scene, but you know, they're definitely a gamer as well. Now I guess we have to consider the matchup here, which would be like slight Nago advantage, maybe?
I think so. I mean, it's Nagoriyuki, one of the strongest characters in the game, kind of undeniably in everyone's top 5, very comfortably, and it's a character that can have massive momentum swings, can do extremely explosive combos, especially, you know, abusing that blood mechanic when you can make it advantageous.
Ooh, the clone just takes care of that drone.
And now,
Yeah, Solid knows.
unfortunate reality for Nagoriyuki is you can hold that, you can use up all of your meter all you want, just waiting for the blood for your meter to explode, but you're gonna have to explode.
That's the only time in Guilty Gear Strive that I allow you to go for the teabag. When you got nothing else to do, you're just looking at them in the eye and know, yeah, yeah, I already won.
Hey.
You're gonna pop.
Hey, if you're popping and just holding it, you're the one who fucked up. You gotta kind of take it for a little bit. But yeah, no, solid. You know, taking a solid first game.
One thing is, I wonder if Jufee has been playing Strive recently, or if he's done other games.
I don't know, but that was a very solid round start. Even if didn't get the full combo due to Solid being forced to burst there.
This is a lot of
this damage. Just zoning out with the level 3 blood 5 H's. Those go so far, cover so much screen. Now that they have more blood to play with.
Wow,
and
that was
going for the command grab.
So far away. One of those setups that you kind of just have to know and already kind of predict before you see it coming, because it will unfold so fast in front of your eyes. Ooh. Even against GoldLewis, completely missing that too heavy is kind of dangerous. Although GoldLewis being super
it has
slow.
a lot of recovery. So it can definitely be, especially if GoldLewis is ready with some shenanigans, there's definitely a lot that can happen.
Yes,
I've seen a whiff to HP punished by the kind of super jump, PRC, the Behemoth Typhoon, GoldLewis stuff. So, you know, I wonder if we could see Solid do that. Oh, unfortunate burst. And I think that was a jumping kick afterwards.
Yeah, button you don't see necessarily too often, but had to use a fast one for the occasion.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, I think we're getting thrown out of this.
Hopefully we don't. Fingers crossed. Believe it. Oh, yep. Damn. Daisuke really said, you guys had too much luck last time. Not getting any disconnects all day. Today you get 3.
But yeah, I think we're pretty much established like what the game plan for the most part is gonna be for Jufee. Go into that high blood fairly fast, and then just use the far-reaching normals. 5 heavies, 2 heavies, what have you. Keep give GoldLewis at bay.
Essentially just, you know, playing a zoner, really. And also, plays from future rating us.
Howdy, Origin fellas. We have a little bit of an unfortunate intermission here for a moment. 1-1 situation, disconnect for the spectators, but we'll be back to you with this
one
big
day the
body.
lobby will be fixed.
Yeah, one day.
Kai's wish will come true.
We've got 2 Finnish players. Jufee, the old dog of the community. Also, gotta put on table the cards here. Jufee does have one thing going in for them that no other person in the Finnish fighting game community can contest. They are probably, if you had like a Mr. Finland, Mr. Universe, kind of like those model competitions in the scope of FGC, there's no one else in the world who would be able to compare to the handsomeness, the pure charisma of this man, Jufee, the most beautiful man of the Finnish fighting game community. And that's why we also have like, I think most of our emotes on the server side are of Jufee. It's a pretty close tie between Raigand and Jufee, but both of those guys have a lot of really good emotes of their faces in there.
It seems like Jufee here at very low health clutches out a round after being down 1 point, so this goes to a 3rd round. That's 1-1.
It's been so even so far. It's again kind of the same story that we saw in the previous matchup. when Goldlewis actually gets to it feels like Goldlewis is not playing a whole lot most of the time. It's like 90% of the time it's gonna be Nago swinging, but then when Solid gets one good swing in.
Yeah, exactly. The moment you can get that one good swing, it can work out for so much. The biggest problem is really that Nagoriyuki has the second highest, or even just the highest effective health pool in the game.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like Nago.
It's either Nago or Potemkin, and I don't remember which one is number 1 and which one is number 2. And I think the difference is about 3 points of effective health, so it doesn't even matter that much. But
yeah,
all this to say, Nagoriyuki is very solid and very hard to take down. With that said, it looks like Jufee actually still holding one health.
Oh, who's gonna get the chip
Will
kill?
this be a clutch?
Oh, it's Solid who gets it.
It will be points to Solid.
Wow.
And now, if you can get back to allowing rematches, let's see. Maybe we can get a no disconnects match.
Crossing my arms, fingers, whatever black magic they usually do.
Let's just see the whole set like this. I don't know exactly how much of that makes for a good entertainment. And how much, I'm able to maintain a bit of a show like this.
Yo, they have matching classes though. Same hat. All right, back into it. Solid. Grasping the lead, 2-1. Very early, gathering data, putting all the cards on the table.
Yeah,
testing
when you have extremely high level players, you can't. Oh no! Oh, what happened on that burst? Solid won't be phased by it.
Oh,
but yeah, no. When you have this level of players, a lot of the real kind of downloads happen kind of later in the set, and early advantages don't necessarily show how the set might go. There's a lot of room for players to kind of change how they end up approaching the match based on their opponent's tendencies, right? The more experience you have, the more information you have on how to change up your gameplay.
Ooh, faking the cross up, dashing back with a jump K.
YRC to get the drone away, and then Beyblades to close out the round.
That was definitely a good investment there. You would have probably suffered a chip kill in the hands of those behemoth typhoons. Look at that damage. Oh my goodness. A lot of blood used as well. In fact, the perfect amount to get into this level 2. Time to swing. Yo, the bait!
Oh, very, very good. Just a swift retribution, Jufee, after being 2 points down, 1 point down, sorry, matching up the solid score.
That's such a beautiful boon to Nagoriyuki, being able to cancel pretty much any move into Fukyo, especially backwards. They essentially any hit is gonna be a potential burst bait if you just command backdash out of it.
And now Jufee actually being patient, kind of avoiding exploding, but cutting it really close.
That is a
the reversal?
Yeah, getting caught here against the meaty behemoth. A perfect amount of blood, although that super will make your blood gauge tick down pretty fast if you don't have any momentum on it so far. Breaking with the super. Ooh, I think
that might kill.
Nago might survive barely.
Oof. Maybe with some churns that would have gone there, because I don't think that was churned, right? We didn't see any extra drones hit.
Yeah, I don't think so. At the edge of the
perfect. I think Solid just went for the
Oh, yes.
Oh no, the bullet.
I guess that's the one tool that Gold Blues really has in terms of the far range RPS, especially if you have level 2. The Skyfish being able to snipe Nago from full screen. Works out especially if Nago is low health.
Opting to Fukyo backwards, which is more blood efficient, I'm fairly sure. I think Fukyo backwards and forwards are different amounts of blood buildup, and backwards, because of not being the aggressive choice, catching the air back dash. Because Fukyo backwards isn't the aggressive choice, I'm fairly sure it builds up less blood. The Jufee now dropping to level 1 blood, and now that they have blood to play with, just going back in.
Oh, that looked kind of funky, but
yeah, that's the super jump I was talking about earlier. The things that you can see from Gold Blues sometimes can work into magical amounts of movement. Now the level 3 blood 5 H's goes so far.
I think Solid is, like, the times that Solid is choosing to take out the drone now is when Jufee is on high blood. That way they can't throw out the clone for free to erase it.
Yeah.
Going into high blood
One
mode once
Beyblade.
again. No.
Oh, but going for the PRC
Oh, he has the
grab.
burst. No burst. Yeah, it was like as soon as Jufee got that bite in, it was gonna be special move after special move after special move. I think Jufee kind of knew that the only way to escape that was to burst, so they Hukyo'd back and saw, like, kind of checked what Solid was doing.
Yeah, and I do, you know, from watching, I've watched enough Hatashi to know that Jufee in that situation is completely able to just play really burst safe. So you can just kind of go backwards and throw some of your special moves, throw some of your more long-range poking moves that result in you just being safe from your opponent bursting in your face.
Ooh, good backdash.
And yeah, that 5H disjoint is putting in work against the drone, just of preventing the drone from hitting and getting and forcing Solid to not be able to approach.
Yeah, it's Solid kind of used the 50 meter to get in that position, drift forward into close range, but then didn't have any more meter to extend in the corner where you would usually want to. Still gets the round though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting because Jufee is just very confident in their ability to call out those that drone approach and just using the disjoints to the advantage.
Oh, nice deep dash, gets the low. And now this is a good position, knock them into the drone. Jufee has to
Forcing
burst.
the burst, and now that's a lot of blood there. And Jufee might just still pop. Very close though, gets a
that
regular grab.
Extra throw range for Nagoriyuki, able to grab Solid out of it. And that should be a kill.
Still, Solid still gets it, equaling out the scores once again, 3-3. The adjustments on both players already coming in, the data is being gathered. Slow and steady.
Oh, that's the classic, the DP round start. You are going
For
against the wall.
the burst safe version of the combo, which does a little bit less damage, doesn't break the wall, but it was a lot better for Jufee there, because there was a guaranteed amount of damage instead of having to get hit by the burst earlier on. And now, with the wall break, that's just going to be devastating.
Yeah, the Blood Pulse should be rather neutral here. One special move, but also the Blood Down from the Super. Jufee, hungering for more, sending the clone. Give me that level. Level 2.
And there's the 5H.
It's so interesting because, like, you want to spend as much blood as you can immediately. Just give me that level 2. Give me there. Get me there. It'll be really close to popping here. Optimal.
Yeah, that's truly knowing your limits, I think. Unfortunately, still getting hit by the drone.
That thick ass. Oh my goodness, if that hits.
I think this might cross. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have been surprised either way. That was a certified potential Guilty Gear moment. Wow, the 5P. But I mean,
Daisuke just tuned into the stream and decided who won on the spot.
it's really important to have the guts to sometimes, you know, jab.
Look at that. 5H on level 3 blood. Look at how far that goes. And disjointed.
Waiting for the security level. Now, the security level is on point. Potential. Oh, bets it. Oh,
no.
That's a hit. That same situation occurring once again. Going for the very close meaty behemoth typhoon. Jufee bets it all. Reversal. Go big, go home. Or go home.
Well, Solid is still a ways away from going home, you know? Jufee is 4 to Solid's 3 points.
Oh,
So there's
oh my
still
God.
so much room. Oh, the trade?
That was literally one blood away from popping optimal.
It's knowledge.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think I've seen Jufee doing like a lot of blood calculations in Discord, so they should be a person who knows.
Oh, and that just kills. Boom. Just getting the hit confirmed.
I think that was
necessary.
I think that was a far away hit as well, so he could have picked up after that without going
Yeah.
into the sequence. But now Solid doesn't. Oh,
I think that's one of more interesting things about Nago's super is being able to not trigger the cutscene and continue combos if you hit it just at the tip. Which, you know, typically it would be a bad thing to not get the whole cutscene and damage, but Goriyuki just doesn't care and goes for a full ass combo.
Oh, getting a cross up, but unfortunately putting themselves into the corner. Perfectly placed. Blade gets there before the minigun is out. Oh my god, Jufee has so much meter. While Solid does have none. Oh no, punish attempt there on the far slash sequence.
Oh, getting the grab.
The respect.
Goriyuki's jump is quite slow, and Solid just needed to time it properly for the landing. But now Solid no burst. Jufee still has theirs, but at very high blood now. Can't really go on the offensive very hard, but can definitely play with those big normals.
There we go, one more special moves, pumping the blood up really high. And again, yeah,
Solid
Jufee
5H.
walking
Another
in.
solid 5H.
Need more blood. Give me blood. Oh, is it? I think he's gonna pop.
That's a pop.
Yeah.
That's a pop. And Solid realizes it.
Baits the burst as well. Solid.
Yeah.
Jufee chose the very, very risky play. I think he sort of, you know, committed into getting the command crab or either getting a big hit. They just purposely did a couple of extra, you know, special moves in a row. And at that point, their fate was sealed if Solid defends properly.
I'm interested to see. I feel like Jufee, with this knowledge of the blood build-ups, I want to see some Hotashi level safe blood bombs. I don't know how possible they are against Gold Lewis, because Gold Lewis is quite thick, so I don't know how much you can do it. Throwing Gold Lewis in the air to be neutral or plus on the pop, but I can dream.
Ah, drop on the combo. But still attempting the whiff
Oof,
punish.
the chip nearly getting Jufee down, and the trade on JH with 2B, I think. Is that traded? Or just 5B?
Yeah, I think it was 5B. And the momentum burst. Yeah, the behemoth typhoon gets there. Before.
Big counter hit, but Solid just decides to go for the corner pressure.
God, that was so close to 50 meters. Solid would have probably
6H
loved
counter
to be.
hit. Doesn't get the OTG hit.
Ooh, it's really close to popping. Or not.
Oh?
Ooh, that.
Oh,
this might be
going for a reversal, but I think it's baited. And unfortunate burst, but
yeah,
where else are you gonna use it?
Yeah, Jufee really had to go for that. I think either way, he's dead, because you can just do burst safe behemoth into behemoth, right? There's just no burst there. But it's like, you might as well try, huh? Uh-oh. Jufee a little too excited here. Chooses to burst. It chooses to use the Skyfish because Jufee didn't have the 50 meters, so no big hit confirmed. 5 heavy full screen into that a big pop slash.
Now, very solid damage. Jufee just, I was about to say, one interaction away from ending this round. And there it is.
Jufee really wants to bring it even. Oh, the jump D routes!
Yo.
Doesn't quite get it. Opting to respect. I think that wasn't secured level 3, so it didn't go full screen.
Oh, and trying to contest with a 5H, but even with all of that disjoint, the Behemoth Typhoon just reaches. The 2H just going so far and going for the super
enough.
right away.
Yo,
It's absolutely going to kill with a wall break, especially.
That was brilliant from Jufee. I think that combo would have still went on, but Jufee deemed, alright, go straight into the super, kill them, don't give them any chance to burst.
Yeah, exactly, because Super Flash just disables the burst. Already, look at that. Just that DP at round start is ridiculous. The 2S.
Alright, lots of room to do.
Not going for a super wall break. Stepping backwards. Jufee is just maintaining a lot of pressure and RCing, and this is just gonna kill.
Yeah, just hold
Very
the burst.
clean. Very clean, perfect.
Oh, he knew the jump was coming.
And there it goes, just finishing the Rekka for the wall break. Now with positive bonus, there's going to be even more aggressivity.
It's never ending.
Oh no. The only saving grace for Solid here is that a positive bonus timer doesn't get refreshed. A burst has been used, but is it enough?
Yeah,
Jufee's just going to play it. Just play it slow.
Ooh.
Getting 5 out of the air.
A chance?
Cross up. And a 5H. Just
that was
stopping the approach.
That was actually smart. Because Jufee would have traded with the drone, but they deemed that, you know, Solid is on 0 hit points, so I can take this trade and take the round.
Yeah. Especially because, you know, Solid, if they blocked and got the drone trade, wouldn't have been able to do anything beneficial out of it. It would have just gone to neutral. And now, Jufee being the first to reach 6 games with the caliber of player here, this can very well be another 6-6 situation. Now, at very high blood, Jufee just has to play it slow. And Solid does have the health advantage here. And now, going in. Look at that. Solid combo on the wall, lots of damage. You turned into Yoda for a little bit? That's how good that combo was.
Ooh, Skyfish doing a lot of damage now. The chip potential. Oh my god, Jufee has to hold. Oh, again!
Taking out the potential cross-up.
Yeah, that's what we saw earlier.
The game.
Why haven't I seen Gold Lewis play that option more in the past? It's like the first time I see that option.
And Gold Lewis got mix. Gold Lewis got movement in the air. And now... Oh. This just kills. Yeah. With the wall break damage, there's no way.
It's gotta.
It has so many hits. The guts don't matter. And now... Solid needing to win this round to not be out of the set. But this is very much something that is possible. Both of the players have their bursts available. Solid going for the grab, and now just the relentless aggressivity. Not allowing Jufee to play the safe game they've been trying to play. Gets the burst out of the way.
Smart burst there from
Very
Jufee.
strong 5H hit. Now using that security level on the drone to go. Goes over the 2S.
Oh, Jufee doesn't have a 50 meter here. Has to take all this chip.
Yeah, there's no more meter. Attempts to go for the 5D.
Oh, the perfectly
But that's
timed.
enough.
The
Just
snipe.
jumps over the 5H.
Gold Blue is
Going into
classic.
6-6 again.
Holy, what a script. I can't even tell at this point. Who is it gonna be? It's been a seesaw ride back and forth. It's been Solid in the lead. It's been Jufee in the lead.
Very strong slow slash, just getting the burst right away out of the picture. Yeah, the sets today have been incredible. This is the third set, I think, in a row that goes into 6-6 scenario.
Yeah, good burst. Get out of there before Solid manages to actually chip out half of your life. But just as that happened, you're back in the corner. You've been trying to 2P, trying to jab between, but no dice. Oh, miss input on the 360, I think.
Yeah, which might cost a round. Let's see. No way. It doesn't matter. It's just DM.
And now Solid set point. Jufee has to be really careful not to let this affect them mentally. We're so close.
These are two players that are under so many layers of gameplay, so many layers of reads, and the pressure in both of these players' heads to, you know, be in this final game.
Oh, here we go. The pressure. Oh, the jump D once again.
Yeah, Solid doesn't want to allow Jufee to take advantage of the level 3 blood, or to have the ability to then go down to a lower blood level. And now Jufee just deciding to take all of that chip,
Oh, no. Chip
not
damage.
really wanting to spend. It just ended. It just ended.
Opting to try to get out of the chip situation. That's the awkward position once again. Jufee had very little meter to spend on trying to FD those behemoths. Tried to backdash, but caught as a result. And it is Solid who comes out victorious there.
That was an incredible set. We had such amazing sets today. All of these players just bringing out their A game was nuts.
Oh, I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, Jufee, the OG, putting up such a good performance on the screen once again. But Solid, man, Solid. They're something else. They're like Solid is honestly like very high up there in the Finnish, you know, power level scale. Solid has been doing like super good against top players like, you know, they played against Raigen, they played... Solid has played against Shady so far, did they? Let me
I think
check.
so. I that sounds familiar.
In fact, no, they have not played yet, but you know, man, I really haven't put enough emphasis on Solid as of recent, because they're very much up there with some of the most hard-hitting Finnish players. God damn.
But still, that was just insane gaming we saw on display today. Everyone who participated did so well. We had so many good close matches between high-level players. It was really good stuff.
Yeah, couldn't have wished for a better event. So many good new entries, all the newcomers. Big thanks for coming aboard. VNasah, Raidknackarn, Nyyman, Eliitti. Yeah, it was good shit. Back to back. Oh boy, yeah, I guess that's it. And you know how it goes. You know the deal. Every day, Sunday, 5 p.m. CEST or 6 p.m. Finnish time. If you want to sign up, the sign-up forms are going down in most Strive relevant EU discords in a second when the stream goes offline. If you want to play next week, do sign up. We'll pick a good, nice matchup of your skill level. Like I gotta flex a little. I've been getting really pretty good at making these 6-7 matches, huh?
Yeah, the script writing has been amazing. You know, we spent a lot of time with the writing team here, preparing, like, scripting everything, making sure it's all entertaining. that it's good when it plays out well. But no, it's excellent stuff. Thank you for hosting, Q.
Yeah, and thank you for casting with me once again. It's always a...
It's always a blast. I love this place.
All right, that said, we'll see you again next week. I'll send you somewhere. Let's rate this one.
Davon, Godhan. Where are we going? We're going to Davon?
Davon. All right. Till next week, stay safe. We'll see what the boogie is then.
Yeah. Have a good week, everyone.
Bye-bye.